Bring in your AT&T or T-Mobile bill to a Verizon store and we'll give you a better deal. Verizon has you covered with the most ways to save with phone deals, streaming, and plans where you can get a single line with everything you need. So bring in your bill to your local Detroit Verizon store and we'll give you a better deal. Rankings based on Root Metrics United States Root Score Report dated first half 2025. Your results may vary. Must provide a postpaid consumer mobile bill dated within past 45 days. Bill must be in the same name as the person redeeming the deal. Additional terms apply.
Reserve your all-natural turkey or schedule Thanksgiving catering online at plummarket.com by November 24th and let Plum Market help make your Thanksgiving the best one yet.
The Detroit Lions pregame show on the Detroit Lions Radio Network.
All right, welcome back, everybody. We're at Northwest Stadium in Landover, Maryland, getting ready for the Lions and Commanders. Take a look at the injury report brought to you by Synergy Health Partners, Smarter Ortho and Spine Care. For Metro Detroit and Port Huron, no runaround. For the Lions, good news is Taylor Decker ready to go. Among the Lions that will not play today, Pat O'Connor, Mekhi Wingo. They're among the inactives today, along with Jacob Sailors, and once again, Kirby Joseph inactive as well. For Washington, while they did not have to put Jaden Daniels on injured reserve and think he might be back in a couple of weeks, Daniels not going to play today. He is inactive, as is their number one receiver, Terry McLaurin. All right, let's get to the starting lineups today, which are brought to you by
Eastern Michigan University.
No. Nice try. You just slip that in anywhere you want. Presented by Austin Benefits. Do you have a benefits broker that plays to win? You could visit austinbenefits.com. For the Lions up front, Taylor Decker, Coyote Awasika in there at left guard today with Christian Mahogany out, Graham Glasgow the center, Tate Ratledge the guard, and it's Penei Sewell at right tackle. Lomas, those guys have to lead the charge. This team has been built around the offensive line. They got to get back to playing the type of football that can get this offense in gear.
Yeah, we know how strong the Washington Commanders are in the middle of their defense with Deron Payne and the rest of those guys. But it's just going to be important for us to get a hat on a hat, maybe two hats on a hat, but go downhill. I think that's the thing that we have to do. Our run game has to be more north-south than east-west today. That establishes the line of scrimmage. Like you said, it's just good to see Taylor Decker back out there with Penei Sewell. That gives us that stability at the tackle position.
For the Lions at wide receiver, you got Jamison Williams, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Khalif Raymond, Isaac Tesla. Look, it's that running game that allows them to get explosive plays. And, TJ, that's one of the things that's been missing here over the last 3 weeks.
Yeah, it has. You just got to be better on first and second down, so we're not seeing so many of these third and longs that have been hindering the Detroit Lions for quite a few games now. And look, these receivers, I want to see Jared get them in better plays, right? If you're going to expect pressure, much like Minnesota did last week, you got to get the ball out a little quicker, make some of those adjustments. Jamison Williams was a guy last week going into the game. Coach said we got to get more involved. He brought up Isaac Tesla this week. Let's try to get him more involved as well. So that's be something that we'll be watching early.
The backs, Gibson, Montgomery, and those are the guys that you want to see Jared be able to work with today. Get him in behind that offensive line and control this game on the ground.
Absolutely. I mean, again, that's what establishes everything for us offensively. That's the play-action pass. And if you have to, make sure you get the ball in their hands at least 20, 25 times, maybe even 30 times a day. But I expect us to try to establish the run early in the game and often.
This is a Washington defense that has been struggling, giving up 32.5 points over the last 4 games, all losses, as Washington has dropped 4 in a row. For the Lions, obviously, a quarterback, Jared Goff, the tight end, Sam Laporta, and Brock Wright. Defensively for Detroit, up front, Aiden Hutchinson, Aleem McNeil, DJ Reader, Tyler Lacey. You'll see Al-Quadin Mohammed. You'll see Roy Lopez, Talib Williams, Tyrus Wheat. Look, Marcus Mariota may not be Jaden Daniels, but he's played a lot of football in the NFL. You need to be ready, and he's a big dude. He'll run downhill on you.
He is, and he's fast, too, and he's got some sneaky speed. If you let him get to the edge, like we saw J.J. McCarthy even do a couple times last week with some of those undisciplined rushes that we saw. You got to be better at that area today as well. And look, defensively speaking, too, up front, these guys want to do a better job of stopping the run, right? We saw just too many chunk plays against Minnesota. You didn't make them uncomfortable enough. If you can force some second and longs and third and longs and make Washington one-dimensional, Marcus Mariota has shown you that he will give you plenty of chances to take that ball away.
Washington wants to run it, whether it's the quarterback or the backs, Lomas. These linebackers are going to have to be active today. Campbell, Barnes, and Anzalone.
Yeah, and they've been good this season. They really have. That's probably one of our best groups on the defensive side of the ball. They're going to have a tall task because, again, not only with Mariota, you're going to have to stop it, like you said, in their backfield. And Washington does a nice job of kind of scheming their run game, especially behind the Cliff Kingsbury type of offense.
And for the Lions in the secondary, Meek Robertson, Terrion Arnold, Brian Branch, and then Thomas Harper getting the start at safety again today. Look, this is a group. Washington is hurting at wide receiver, but you got to go in there and take advantage of that.
Yeah, they have, and they will have to do that and continue to take the ball away too. Really, the last two games we've seen some scrappy interceptions. Last week it was Terrion Arnold ripping the ball out of the hands of the receiver, and just got to continue to stay sticky. Don't allow these guys, Deebo Samuel, space to operate out on the edge. He's a guy that's a big play machine as well.
Closing in on kickoff, it is the Lions taking on the Commanders. Lions looking for a bounce-back win here, coming off that loss to the Vikings. We're getting you ready for it. We're almost there in Landover, Maryland. Stick with us on the Detroit Lions Radio Network.
Sarah Honda Granville sells hundreds of Hondas every month. Customer satisfaction isn't just our mission, it's our way of life. That's why we're Michigan's #1 Honda dealer 8 years running, and Michigan's #1 certified pre-owned Honda dealer 4 years running. We've also received the prestigious Honda Precedence Award for an impressive 8 years running. We've earned our 4.8 rating on Google. Sarah Honda Granville, behind Cracker Barrel off 196 in Granville, or visit sarahhondagranville.com and see the difference for yourself.
On Sundays, the Lions bring grit, determination, and a relentless drive to deliver when it counts. That's the same standard we hold ourselves to. At Overhead Door Company of Grand Rapids, our IDA-accredited technicians bring toughness and skill to every repair and replacement. We fix it right the first time with care, detail, and no shortcuts. Because at home, just like on the field, you deserve a team you can count on. Visit OverheadDoorGR.com. Overhead Door Company of Grand Rapids. Professional, dependable, and always ready when it matters most.
We all would love a guaranteed victory when the Lions play. That's why Booth Hilaski Grevenstuck Insurance Agency has teamed up with Auto Owners Insurance to guarantee a victory for your home, auto, and business insurance needs. The team at Booth Hilaski Grevenstuck here in West Michigan is experienced to ask the right questions so that they can quickly build you a customized insurance solution with Auto Owners Insurance to give you the best value in West Michigan. Visit Booth Hilaski Grevenstuck at bhiinsurance.com and go Lions.
The name Kellermeyer Plumbing has long been known for their reputation of quality, reliability, and customer service. They've been doing it for 3 generations. But Kellermeyer Plumbing is now Kellermeyer Plumbing and Heating, proudly serving West Michigan families. You know, their HVAC techs have 65 years of combined experience and expertise. So whether you're having AC issues in these hot summer months or thinking ahead and getting ready for a fall tune-up, choose the name you know you can rely on. Kellermeyer. Kellermeyer Plumbing and Heating.
O'Reilly. Get up to a $15 O'Reilly gift card after rebate with the purchase of select pairs of wiper blades at O'Reilly Auto Parts. Our professional parts people can help you find the right wiper blades for your vehicle, and we'll install them for free. Stop by O'Reilly Auto Parts or shop online at O'ReillyAuto.com.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
iHeartRadio goes one-on-one with Neil Sean of Journey to ask what the last several years have been like for him creatively.
Well, you know what? I feel kind of reborn. Ever since, I got sober, like things have been really coming together for me in every way, in every sense of the word. It's like my playing, I feel like I'm excelling. I'm very ambitious, I'm very creative. I have like a little jam studio downstairs in my house, and I sit in there for at least a couple hours to 3 hours a day and jamming with loops and all kinds of stuff just to keep, my chops up, and it's been really, really great for my playing.
Keep listening to iHeartRadio for more Neil Sean and all your favorite artists.
Hungry Howie's Pizza, Henry Ford Health, Delta Dental, Wallside Windows, Fago, Blue Cross Blue Shield of Michigan, Serta Mattresses, Corwell Health, Birmingham Plumbing, Verizon, ABC Warehouse, Amish Direct Furniture, Grand Traverse Resort and Spa, Blue Flame Propane, U.S. Park, Buffalo Wild Wings, Mastercraft Heating, Cooling, Plumbing, and Electrical, and by the Ford Motor Company.
Now, here are the voices of Detroit Lions football. Dan Miller, Lomas Brown, and TJ Lang.
Getting you set for the Lions and the Commanders right here on the Detroit Lions Radio Network.
We have a moment of silence in the nation's capital right now heading into this game. This has all the makings of a get-well game for Detroit. Last week, a lot of people, a lot of criticism to be had with a team that, quite frankly, just got out-coached, outplayed, out-executed at every single level. Nothing motivates you like some tough love, and the Lions got that all week long. They look to take on a Commanders team today, 5th worst in the NFL in yards allowed, playing without their transcendent quarterback, Jaden Daniels, playing without their top 2 wide receivers. And again, you see these unpredictable results during NFL seasons, during this NFL week, during every week. But you got to go out there, you got to execute, you got to do it right now. We've got the Lions and the Commanders coming your way next, right here on the Lions Radio Network.
Hey fans, here's a moment of silence for Charlie Kirk. I'm Jeff Kresnak with Superior Asphalt.
This winter, Meyer Gardens brings you Enlighten, where art, light, and nature shine together in a mile of glowing pathways, interactive installations, and immersive soundscapes. And the magic doesn't stop there. Your Enlightened journey ends inside with Christmas and holiday traditions around the world, surrounded by hundreds of dazzling trees and displays celebrating cultures near and far. Make this holiday season unforgettable. Enlighten shines select evenings November 24th through January 3rd. Tickets at meyergardens.org.
Hunting for quality auto parts and tires at a great price? You'll find them at Weller Self-Serve and Lucky Self-Serve. Just bring your tools and enjoy the thrill of the hunt. 2 great locations with hundreds of vehicles at fantastic prices. Get your heart racing and bag all your parts at Weller's and Lucky's today. Got a junk or non-running vehicle? Sell it to Weller. Weller's is hiring. Stop by and apply today or go to wellerselfserve.com. Weller's Self-Serve on Chicago Drive and Lucky Self-Serve on Alpine.
Imagine a physical that goes beyond the basics. At Exponential Health, our signature physicals are the pinnacle of care. From advanced heart and cancer screenings to genetic insights, sleep evaluations, and tailored wellness planning, you'll receive an unparalleled, comprehensive assessment. Led by expert physicians with white glove service and access to premier specialists, this experience is open to everyone, no membership required. Reserve yours today at expohealth.care. Exponential Health.
My name is Dale Pazinski. I volunteer with United Way to help the homeless in my community learn computer skills and build a basic resume. I don't just wear the shirt, I live it.
Give, advocate, volunteer, Live United. Go to liveunited.org. Brought to you by United Way and the Ad Council.
All right, back here at Northwest Stadium, as Mark Ryan told you a moment ago, a moment of silence just a moment ago for 2 NFL connected gentlemen that we lost this week. Marshawn Nealon, defensive lineman for the Dallas Cowboys, and also Paul Tagliabue, longtime NFL commissioner who passed away this morning. Certainly our thoughts are with their friends and families this week. Lions getting set to go here against the Commanders. Look, Lo, this Commanders team has been up against it this year. Feels like what happened to the Lions last year. Ton of injuries, but man, you're going to get their absolute best today. They're up against it after losing 4 in a row.
They're a desperate team. You are, and you're right. Just like Minnesota was last week to get off that slide they were on. This team is the same way. 4 games in a row that also, you know, they're going to come out and they're going to throw the kitchen sink at us today to try to get that victory.
Coin toss brought to you by Hatfield Foods. Better care, better pork. Visit simplyhatfield.com to find a retail location near you. Our referee for today is Scott Novak. He's got the captains out at midfield. We will find out which of these teams will get the football first in a historically tough place for the Lions to play. Between 1939 and 2013, they won once in Washington. That was it. You never won here.
Never.
Down we go for the coin toss.
Gentlemen, here's a coin for today. This is going to be heads. There's tails. That's heads. That is tails. Your choice. Heads. Choice is heads. It is heads. You want to toss. Which way you want to kick. Detroit has won a toss. Elected to defer. They will kick. Washington will receive. Good luck.
So there you heard it from Scott Novak. Lions win the toss. They defer. TJ, your thoughts?
Yeah, I like it. I like the fact that you're going to get, although a veteran, a backup quarterback, and missing some other key pieces, Terry McLaurin there on that Washington offense. So you got a chance here, this Lions defense, to go out, get a fast start. And look, we always talk about that kind of that flip right at the end of the first half where if you can get some points, also getting the ball, start the third quarter, that could be a chance for a big momentum swing.
So last week, coming out of the bye, we said it's time to get going. They didn't. This week, you got 9 weeks left. It's time to get going. They've already gotten a break today. The Minnesota Vikings have lost. The Bears came from behind. They won. The Lions know Green Bay's got a tough one tomorrow night against the Eagles. You need to win. This NFC North is going to be an absolute battle right down to the finish, and you got to handle your business. That starts for the Lions today here against these Washington Commanders. And what that really comes down to is playing Dan Campbell football, something they did not do last week against Minnesota. Matter of fact, since they got right, that's probably the worst game we've seen on this team when you consider offense, defense, and special teams. Get back to doing what you do best. Play clean football. Go out there, find a way to get it done in all 3 phases. And you can walk out of here and jump on a plane with a victory and head back to Detroit. Getting set to go here. McNichols back deep, so too is Igbenogany as we get ready to go here. Glad you're with us, as we are ready for action in Landover, Maryland, just outside the nation's capital. Opening kickoff brought to you by Wallside Windows, Michigan's leader in replacement windows for over 80 years. Jake Bates has it on the tee. He's waiting for the go-ahead. He's got it, and we're ready to rock. Let's do this. Lions, Commanders, Week 10 in the National Football League. There is the run-up in the kick. It is going to be taken by Igbenogany. He's back to the 10, to the 15, to the 20. Cuts right at the 25. It is drilled and dropped at the 26-yard line. Grant Stewart with a big play on special teams. And gentlemen, that is already an improvement over what we saw in the opening kickoff last week when the Vikings took it back 61 yards.
You're exactly right, because this is one of the best special teams in the NFL that we're going up against today. Nice start.
Marcus Mariota comes out. He's already got 3 starts this year in relief of Jaden Daniels, who went down with an elbow injury last week. He is set to go here on first down. They keep it on the ground. That is Rodriguez, who finds some room over the right side, spinning and tackled by Alex Anzalone as he gets across the 30 to the 31-yard line.
Washington came out
with 5 on the play.
Triple tight. They came out with triple tight ends right that time. So again, they want to establish the ball to run early and often in this game.
So it is second down and 5. Washington from their own 31-yard line. Rodriguez, the back, behind Mariota, who's working out of the pistol. There's the snap. Mariota hands it to Rodriguez, tries the middle, picks up 2 to the 33-yard line. Brian Branch makes the stop there. It is going to bring up third down now for the Commanders. And third down is where I think the Lions want to be better on offense and defense. Last week in particular, early they struggled.
Oh, yeah, and especially how many of those were, third and 9s, third and 10s, right? I know this is a third and medium here, but these are the money downs. You can get off the field early, get this offense a little bit of momentum. That can go a long way.
Third and 3, Mariota works out of the gun. McNichols the back to his right. Mariota long count, play clock at 7. There's the snap. Mariota back, looking to throw. Got a lot of time. Now he's chased out of the pocket, rolling to his left and throws it downfield. It is incomplete. Intended for his tight end, Zach Ertz, and well overthrown. Pressure coming that time. Had time to throw, but Tyler Lacey then broke through and put some pressure on and forced him out of the pocket. Yeah, and that's where Alex Anzalone was waiting for.
Yeah, a much better job, right? Alex Anzalone had that one play last week on J.J. McCarthy's scramble where just didn't take a great angle. Much better job on that third down, just attacking the quarterback. Once you realize he gets out of the pocket, come downhill and get some wood on him and force a bad pass.
Lions force a punt. Tress Way is on. Cully Freeman back deep for Detroit. Lions force a 3 and out to open this one. There's the snap to Way. Drives it with that left leg. Leap under it. Fields it at the 19. Khalif back to the 20-yard line. Left side. Gets hit and taken down at the 22-yard line. That is where the Lions will take over. It is a 49-yard punt and a 3-yard return. Lions offense will come out for the first time today.
And going back to, I know we talked about Jaden Daniels and that injury. That's amazing that he doesn't need surgery, and they don't even need to put him on IR. It's like, did we all see that same injury? And how grotesque that looked? Yeah. Man, he must be superhuman to be able to heal from something like that, which hopefully I think they said, in a couple weeks?
They called that
amazing. Did not put him on IR, which means they think he could be back in 3 weeks. So we will have to wait and see what happens. But that is obviously a huge part of this franchise and the future here in Washington. Here come the Lions today, 1st and 10 from their own 23-yard line. And Skipper reports is eligible. They go with the jumbo set. Goff in behind center. Turns, hands off to Gibbs. Gibbs finds some room, pushes across the 30-yard line. Picks up 7, maybe 8. Jacob Martin made the stop. I got to tell you, this is the worst viewing point in the NFL. They're on the other end of the field, and we're going to need somebody to send smoke signals. He got 7 on first down. Here come the Lions now on 2nd down and 3 from their own 30-yard line. Goff up under center, single back Gibbs. Jared takes the snap, turns, gives to Gibbs this time, tries the right side, should have the first down, and does. Cross the 30 and out to the 33-yard line. So the move to change, Devon Kinlaw made the stop.
Yeah, much like the Washington Commanders, we want to establish the run 2 up front. First play was in the jumbo set. That time we had the tight ends in tight that time, trying to get this run game going early too for Jared Goff.
1st and 10 for the Lions from their own 33-yard line. First possession of the game for them. Goff up under center. He turns, fakes the Gibbs, throws, got it to Amon-Ra left side. He's got to move, 35-yard line, 40, and he runs out of bounds near midfield, and into Washington territory he goes. Just a little swing pass to the left side, and a lot of room out there for Amon-Ra. That's going to be a big game for for Detroit.
Yeah, good job selling the run, too, faking a little counter to the right, getting a couple pullers, slowing down the linebackers' eyes. And I'll tell you what, after watching Seattle last week and how much they moved around their wide receiver, Jackson Smith and Jigba, look for a lot of that today with Amon-Ra lining up maybe in some different positions to try to get some of those one-on-ones.
He got 17. They're going to say he went out right at midfield. Montgomery in the game. They give it to him. Slams across the line of scrimmage into Washington territory. Down to the 48-yard line. Bobby Wagner made the stop. Something we may be saying a lot today. He's averaging 10 tackles a game.
Yes.
Little tempo here for the Lions. They go straight to the line. Both Gibbs and Montgomery in there. One to each side of Jared Goff, who works out of the gun. On 2nd down, Goff wants to throw. Back, throws right side, got it complete. That is Gibbs out there. Across the 45 and down to the 41-yard line. Wagner makes the stop again. And that should be a first down for the Lions. Gain of 7 on the play.
And again, I like to see the run attack again in between the tackles. And we know Washington, how strong Washington is in the middle of that defense. This is a nice start for the interior guys against their interior guys so far.
From the Washington 39, a first down for the Lions. Goff up under center, single back Gibbs. Jared takes, gives it to Jameer. Jameer dances to his left, gets inside the 35 and down to the 34-yard line. Picked up a 5 on the play. Preston Smith made the tackle for Washington.
I wonder if Dan Campbell's calling plays over there. He's got the big sheet in front of him and the glasses on. It's something we'll have to keep an eye on. Normally he's just kind of walking up and down the sideline, but he's standing right on the line of scrimmage.
Line of scrimmage.
He could be calling the plays here today.
Yeah, we'll keep an eye on that. Detroit's got its offense working early. 2nd and 6 from the Washington 35. Goff up under center on 2nd down. In motion to the right is Amon-Ra. Goff play action fakes, throws deep right side, wants Amon-Ra right sideline. Tries to make a diving catch, cannot. Broken up by Jonathan Jones, who got a hand in there. And it'll be 3rd down coming up for the Lions.
Yeah, hell of a throw that time from Jared Goff that time. And again, Jones just barely, I think, tipped that at the end. Just a nice route, bringing Amon-Ra in motion, getting a one-on-one, and I think Jones just got his hands on it at the end.
Hopefully Amon-Ra's okay, pulled his helmet off, staying on the sidelines for this next play. It is 3rd and 6 for Detroit from the Washington 35. Isaac Tesla's checked in. Play clock down to 5 as Goff works out of the gun. Jared leans in, play clock at 2. At 1, there's the snap. Jared back on third down, throws right side. Got to complete the JMO. Spins out of a tackle and gets the first down inside the 25 and down to the 21-yard line he goes. Trey Amos had a chance at him, but JMO spun away and picked up 14.
And the blitz pickup, that's the exact same blitz that Minnesota brought about 20 times last week. Both linebackers crossing in the A-gap. Great job by Graham Glasgow. And Jahmyr Gibbs stepping up to give Jared Goff that pocket. You have to be able to expect that pressure today, but once you show you can shut it down, you're going to make Washington start getting a little uncomfortable with their play calls.
Amon-Ra back in there for the Lions. They've got a first down at the Washington 21. Scoreless first quarter. Detroit knocking on the door. Goff takes, turns, gives it to Jahmyr. Inside the 20, down to the 15-yard line he goes. They'll give him progress to the 14. Gang tackled there, led by Quan Martin.
Again, attacking the middle of that defense, and that bodes well for especially our interior guys, Christian Mahogany, Graham Glasgow early.
Gibbs got 7, 4 carries, 22 yards so far for him. Red Zone Offense brought to you by Family Heating, Cooling, and Electric. Family in the red trucks in the red zone for you. Washington now with a Detroit. Second down and 3 from the Washington 14. Gibbs. In there is the back to the right of Goff. Play clock is at 2 at 1. And we got a timeout called by Washington. With the Lions looking at a 2nd and 3 from the Washington 14 at 8:29 to go here in the first quarter. The Commanders want to talk it over. TJ, an impressive start for this Detroit offense.
Yes, a much better job by the offensive line. In the run game, haven't broken that big one yet, but you can tell if you keep leaning on these defensive tackles and getting up to the second level, you're going to start to bounce some of these. And the pass protection's been really well also. Washington's tried to bring a couple pressures so far based off the success that Minnesota had last week. Much better job of adjusting to it up front, and Jared getting a line of scrimmage and getting his guys in a beneficial play.
9 plays, 64 yards so far in this draft. They've carried it 5 times for 26. Out of the timeout, 2nd and 3, Detroit from the Washington 14. Goff's going to work out of the gun, couple of steps towards the line. Now he backs up, leans in. There's the snap to Jared who wants to throw. Looking, throwing, middle, caught, inside the 5. Jahmyr Gibbs to the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit Lions. 14 yards on the strike. Goff to Gibbs. You can't cover that man one-on-one. You just can't do it.
Just a simple error route. Just a simple error route from Jahmyr Gibbs on the linebacker. And like you said, nobody's going to cover him with all that speed that he has. Nice throw from Jared Goff to lead him. Touchdown, Detroit Lions.
He looks like he's going right, sticks that foot in the ground, cuts, and you just can't keep him from getting that separation, and he did right there. Bates on for the extra point. There's the snap, spot, kick on the way. It is up, and it is good. So the Lions with a touchdown on their opening possession as they march down the field, going 78 yards in 10 plays. Goff to Gibbs for the TD. This is your home for Detroit Lions football.
Tired of tossing and turning? Imagine melting into the perfect night's sleep this Black Friday. Make that dream a reality with the Serta Black Friday sale. Right now, get unprecedented savings on the Serta mattress you've been waiting for. Save up to $925 on select iComfort and Perfect Sleeper models. That's luxury comfort without the luxury price tag. But hurry, this offer only lasts for a limited time. Don't let your best sleep slip away. Visit Serta.com. That's Serta.com. Or visit your local authorized Serta retailer today.
Hey, bro, weirdest thing is happening at the game. This guy sitting next to me says, "You're our good luck charm. Every time I crack a Bud Light, we score a touchdown." Now his entire family wants to buy me Bud Lights. I think I'm some kind of a football prophet. Talk soon. The team needs me.
Anything for Bud Light, the official beer sponsor of the NFL. Stock up today. Enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2025 Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
People love to talk about grit, but in Detroit and at Ford, we practice it. We show up when it's hard and step up when it's harder. And when obstacles block our path, we get in our trucks and haul them out of the way. Because in this city, the easy way out doesn't exist. There are only people. People who work tirelessly, passionately, unrelentingly, season after season. People who are striving in the pursuit of something greater than themselves. So, whether you're down by 6 in the fourth quarter or up to your knees in snow, in Detroit and at Ford, we always finish what we start, even when the odds say we can't. That's when we find a new gear. That's when we drive it home. Ready, set, Ford.
All right, back here, Northwest Stadium, Lions lead it by a score of 7-0. Let's get that offensive line story brought to you by Serta Mattresses. Be as comfortable in your Serta mattress as the Lions quarterback Jared Goff was in the pocket on that opening drive where he was 4 out of 5 for 52 yards and a touchdown. Jahmyr Gibbs, big start, 4 carries, 22 yards, 2 receptions, 22 yards and a touchdown. In total, 6 touches, 44 yards on that opening drive as the Lions take a 7-0 lead.
And that was the key, establishing the run early in this game because we know play action pass. Everything else, even the short passes come off the play, being able to run the ball. Outstanding job from the middle of our offensive line to establish the line of scrimmage against Washington.
Yep, and improving, right? That's what Coach talked about. Hey, we got to get the run game going. We got to also be a lot better on third down. I know there were only a couple third downs there on that first drive, but those are game-changing plays, right, Lo?
Yep. Here's the kickoff, going to be taken by Igbinogany at the 3-yard line. Back to the 5, to the 10, to the 15, cuts left at the 20, finds an opening, gets to the 35, to the 40. Being chased by Bates, who cuts him down as he crosses the 45 and takes him down just shy of midfield. Jake Bates, maybe a touchdown-saving tackle right there for the Lions. That is another big kickoff return that their special teams have given up.
That's a couple of weeks in a row that your kickers had to make the tackle, and you don't like your kickers making tackles out there.
I think it was Nick Whiteside that time. Just let up his contain. Just got to make sure you funnel everything back to the middle. That's where your help is going to be.
46-yard return. Jake Bates the tackle, so good field position for Washington now as they take over with a 1st and 10 at their own 48. There's the snap. Mariota fakes to Rodriguez, wants to throw, does over the middle. It is caught. Lions territory. Diving down inside the 40 to the 39-yard line is Treylon Burks with his 2nd catch as a member of the Commanders after being cut loose by Tennessee and signed by Washington. It's a gain of 13. Commanders are going to go with some tempo here, straight to the line now. 1st and 10 they have it at the 39 of Detroit. Mariota takes the snap, throws over the middle. It is caught. Inside the 35 is John Bates, his tight end, as he makes the grab. It is going to be a gain of about 7 on the play.
And Washington looks like they're going to stick with a little bit of tempo. They've had a little bit of success here on this drive, getting the line of scrimmage and kind of forcing some vanilla calls defensively.
McNichols checks in, running back. He's going to line up to the right of Mariota. He's got Rodriguez to his left on 2nd down. 2nd and 3 from the Lions 33. Hands it to McNichols over the left side, and he's got the 1st down. He's very close to a 1st down. They're going to say just shy at the 31-yard line. He's going to bring up a 3rd down and 1. Tyler Lacey with the stop.
Yeah, one of the matchups I want to watch is Aiden Hutchinson versus Laramie Thompson, who's only given up 1 sack this year so far, and we know Aiden Hutchinson leads the leagues in pressure right now.
Moving the chains.
Yeah, they are moving it. They're going to say it's a 1st down. They had the ball marked outside the 30, and then they moved it down to the 29, which gave Washington a 1st down. So a fresh set of downs for them as they scrimmage from the Lion 29. Mariota in the pistol, shotgun for him. Rodriguez the back. Mariota takes the snap, fakes the give, wants to throw, knocked down, incomplete. Aiden Hutchinson was coming that time. They were trying to set up a quick hitter on the left side, hit Aiden right in the hands. Had a chance to maybe grab that thing, but a good play to knock it down.
Yeah, it was, and good discipline from Aiden Hutchinson. If you're going to show a tight end blocking him one-on-one, you obviously know they're trying to set you up for something. No offense coordinator is going to ask a tight end to do that very often. So nice job of just throwing on the brakes, getting in that passing lane, and man, that feels like the one thing he hasn't done yet this year. He's got a couple picks in his career. That would have been a tough catch, but nice job of getting in lane and knocking it down.
Here comes Washington now, 2nd down and 10 from the Lions 29. Mariota takes the snap, wants to throw from a clean pocket, does left side. It is incomplete. Intended down the left sideline that time, with coverage out there provided for the Lions by Terry Arnaudo. Crowd wanted a call, but they didn't get it. Robbie Chosen, the wide receiver, it was intended for.
But did you see what he did? He got his head back. He turned his head back to try to locate the ball. And I think that's part of the reason why they didn't call that pass interference or holding on that particular call.
So it's going to bring up a 3rd and 10 for Washington now from the 29 of Detroit. Mariota works out of the gun. He's got Rodriguez to his left. Play clock down to 1, down to 0, and that's going to be too much. That's a delay of game.
False start. Offense number 72. That's a 5-yard penalty. 3rd down.
You could have taken your pick there because the play clock was down to 0. They called a false start on Josh Connolly, the right tackle.
Yeah, 3rd and long here now, too. But get a pass rush going, right? Get a pass rush. Be real creative with these linebackers. Got 3 guys, 3 D linemen, 3 linebackers. Want to see what type of rush that Kelvin Shepard is going to give his defense here.
So after the penalty, it is 3rd and 15 for Washington from the Detroit 34. Mariota out of the gun, McNichols to his left. There's the snap. Mariota back, throws, middle, caught. Diving down inside the 30 to the 25 to the 24-yard line is Treylon Burks. Going to be short of the 1st down, and Washington will send the kicking unit out. It's a gain of 10. We'll bring up a 4th and 5. Arnold made the tackle for Detroit.
Yeah, we haven't seen much of that 3-down line look that time. Again, walking the linebackers up in the A gap, bringing some, but not bringing all of them. Just a nice job of us covering that, making the tackle, keeping Washington short of the 1st down.
Matt Gayon for a field goal attempt for Washington. This will be from 44, hash mark left side. Gay's ready, snap, spot, kick away. It is up, and it is good. So Washington on the board for the first time today. It is 7-3, Lions on top. 5:43 to go here in the first quarter on the Detroit Lions Radio Network.
Looking for reliable plumbing services in West Michigan? For 60 years, McDonald Plumbing has been the name families and businesses trust. McDonald Plumbing has the expertise to handle it all, big or small, from emergency underground sewer and water repairs to drain cleaning and water heater installations. And yes, they're available around the clock because emergencies happen. So why settle for less? Experience the McDonald Plumbing difference today. Visit McDonaldPlumbing.com for a full list of services and to schedule your appointment. McDonald Plumbing, the way plumbing should be.
Hi, I'm Brett Bakita, and like many of you, I enjoy placing a friendly wager, jumping into a fantasy league, or visiting a local sports book. It's fun, but it's also important to gamble responsibly. Problem gambling can lead to financial issues, job loss, and broken relationships. If you're a parent like me, remember that teens and young adults are at a higher risk. There is help. Call 1-800-270-7117. That's 1-800-270-7117, or visit stayoutofthedangerzone.com for tools and support. Stay safe. Gamble smart.
Hey, fans. Here's a moment of silence for Charlie Kirk. I'm Jeff Kresnak with Superior Asphalt.
Oh, hey, you. It's Nicole Lappin, New York Times bestselling author, the only financial expert you don't need a dictionary to understand, and now the host of the new iHeartRadio daily podcast, Money Rehab. So here's the deal. I'm going to rehab your wallet so that you can get your financial life together once and for all. Because we all have money problems, and the biggest mistake you can make is not admitting you have a problem. Find Money Rehab on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you listen to your favorite shows.
In Port Huron, no runaround.
Time for an NFL scoreboard update from the 1-800-CALL-SAM studios, leading 20-10. The Giants were over the Bears entering the fourth. They could not hold it. A 17-yard scramble from Caleb Williams. They shut the Giants down, stopped them on downs, and the Bears improved to 6-3, 24-20. Back to Dan Lomas and TJ.
All right, thank you very much. Lions set to get the football back here. 7-3 they lead it here in the first quarter. Baki and Khalif Raymond back deep to return the kick for Detroit after Washington goes 26 yards in 7 plays, 2:41 off the clock. A 46-yard kickoff return is what set them up to put them in business on that last drive. Here is the kickoff. It's going to be taken by Leaf in the end zone, and they'll stay right there. So that'll come out to the 35-yard line now. Lions offense will come back out, and you called it. Dan Campbell over on the sidelines calling plays for the offense.
Yeah, I think the glasses on is a pretty dead giveaway. You've never seen him wear that unless he's been calling the plays. And look, just a simple change-up, right? I don't think there was much, if any, indication this week that was going to be the plan. But sometimes when you need a little bit of a boost or, change things up a little bit offensively, Coach Campbell's not the first time we've seen him take over the play calling. And look, sometimes just being on the field, too. He's right there with his guys. You get a little better feel of the flow and the rhythm of the game.
Did it in year one when he took over for Anthony Lynn. That's when the offense really got going. Dan Skipper splits out wide to the right for the Lions on first down. Goff is back wanting to throw. Got to complete to Amon-Ra. Cuts it up across the 50 and down to the 49-yard line of Washington. Bobby Wagner makes the stop. But listen, when you send Dan Skipper out wide right, everybody's looking wide right. And they came to the left side to Amon-Ra. Big skip, just a decoy out there.
Yeah, big decoy, too, like a 6'9" decoy that's out there.
First quarter brought to you by Hungry Howie's Pizza. For flavor as bold as going for it on fourth out, or to Hungry Howie's flavored crust pizza today. Lions with a first down from the 49 of Washington. They keep it on the ground. David Montgomery up the middle, slams inside the 40 and down to the 37-yard line. Gain of 12 on the play.
Panay Sewell slow to get up.
I think
was it not Panay? I thought it was Panay.
Yeah, that's him.
That went down.
Wow.
Oh, goodness.
Friendly fire, too.
Yeah. Panay with the medical staff out there. We will take a break. The Lions right tackle down on the ground for the moment. We'll get a report when we come back on the Detroit Lions Radio Network.
If you've been diagnosed with moderate to severe plaque psoriasis, this is what it sounds like to be 1,000,000 miles away. Imagine being 1,000,000 miles away. Tremfya, guselkumab, taken by injection, is a prescription medicine for adults with moderate to severe plaque psoriasis who may benefit from taking injections or pills or phototherapy. With Tremfya, clearer skin is possible. In clinical trials, at least 70% of patients saw at least 90% clearer skin at 16 weeks. Results may vary. Tremfya is also indicated for adults with active psoriatic arthritis. Serious allergic reactions and increased risk of infections and liver problems may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check you for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, flu-like symptoms, or if you need a vaccine. Ask your doctor about Tremfya. Call 1-800-526-7736 or visit Tremfya.com.
Sarah Honda Granville sells hundreds of Hondas every month. Customer satisfaction isn't just our mission, it's our way of life. That's why we're Michigan's #1 Honda dealer 8 years running and Michigan's #1 certified pre-owned Honda dealer 4 years running. We've also received the prestigious Honda President's Award for an impressive 8 years running. We've earned our 4.8 rating on Google. Sarah Honda Granville, behind Cracker Barrel off 196 in Granville, or visit sarahhondagranville.com and see the difference for yourself.
We all would love a guaranteed victory when the Lions play. That's why Booth Hilaski Grevenstuck Insurance Agency has teamed up with Auto Owners Insurance to guarantee a victory for your home, auto, and business insurance needs. The team at Booth Hilaski Grevenstuck here in West Michigan is experienced to ask the right questions so that they can quickly build you a customized insurance solution with Auto Owners Insurance to give you the best value in West Michigan. Visit Booth Hilaski Grevenstuck at bhiinsurance.com and go Lions.
Portions of the following program are pre-recorded.
Touchdown!
All right, injury timeout brought to you by the Henry Ford Health, the official healthcare provider of the Detroit Lions. Visit henryford.com/team docs. Panay Sewell up and off under his own power. That was the good news. Into the blue tent now, being checked out by the team, but he was putting weight on both legs as he walked off. Looked like he was trying to shake it off. We'll get a further report when one's available. Dan Skipper checks in for the Lions now at right tackle. Lions with it. 1st and 10 from the Washington 37. Goff out of the gun. Montgomery to his left. Jared takes, fakes the give, sets, looks, throws middle, got it complete. Laporta, 25, spins out of a tackle and down to the 23-yard line. And that is going to be another first down for the Lions and a gain of 14.
Nice strike. And the balance right now offensively, that was their 13th play. 6 runs, 7 passes now. But that's what you want to see. And averaging, about 6.5 yards a carry. That's going to open up those plays that we just saw with Sam Laporta getting across the middle wide open, because it's eating a lot of those linebackers' eyes when you're rushing so low.
Lions go with tempo now, straight to the line. 1st and 10 from the Washington 23. They're up 7-3. Knocking on the door again. Goff empty out of the gun. Takes the snap back and looking, throwing middle. Hit Amon-Ra in the hands and he couldn't hang on. Goff with a fastball. Amon-Ra normally is going to haul that in at the 15-yard line, but it goes as a drop, and it will be 2nd and 10 coming up for the Lions.
And if you notice, our attack, even run or pass, has been to the middle of the Washington's defense. So again, nice job, nice scheme, nice planning to attack the middle of that defense, which we know is the strength of the Washington Commanders defense.
Second, I heard it.
Don't say that.
2nd and 10. Lions now 2nd and 10 from the Washington 23. Goff up under center, turns, gives to Montgomery over the right side. Montgomery to the 20-yard line. Picks up 3. It'll be 3rd and 7. Bobby Wagner with the tackle. That is his 3rd of the day here in the first quarter.
Looks like the run game's they're hitting the line of scrimmage a lot faster than they were last week. A lot of dancing in the backfield last week. Monty and Gibbs right now, they're getting that ball and they're getting downhill fast.
3rd and 7 for the Lions from the Washington 20. Goff goes empty out of the gun. 3 receivers left, 2 rights. Washington shows 5 across that defensive front. There's the snap. Jared back and looking, throwing middle. Caught by Laporta, fighting and getting the first down inside the 13 into the 12, and that's exactly where he wanted to be. Jeremy Reeves makes the stop, but good work after the catch that time by Laporta to pick up 8.
And great protection starting off, and really the motion, using the motion to try to pick up what type of coverage Washington was in. Nice job. Nice offensive play call.
Red Zone offense brought to you by Family Heating, Cooling, and Electric. Family in the red trucks in the red zone for you. Here come the Lions now with a first down at the Washington 12. Leading by a score of 7-3. Goff takes the snap, turns, gives it to Montgomery. He is submarine as he gets to the 10-yard line. Gain of 1, maybe 2. Troy Amos went low to make that stop. And it'll be 2nd down for the Lions coming up.
And TJ, we know this is a copycat lead. This almost looks like the same attack that Seattle put against this Washington defense last year. A lot of quick hitting, a lot of things that went across the middle, and they established the run game against this Washington Commanders defense.
2nd down and 7 from the Washington 9. Goff up under center, single back Montgomery. Goff turns, fakes to DOMO, wants to throw, being chased, Goff in trouble, throws it away in the direction of Amon-Ra St. Brown. Heads up play by Jared Goff with Jacob Martin bearing down on him. Just throw it in the direction of his receiver and avoid taking a big loss. It'll be 3rd down.
Yeah, it's a good job by Martin, just kind of staying home on the backside. Thought maybe Jared had a chance to get that ball out of his hands a little bit earlier to Amon-Ra in the flat, but regardless, nice job of just making sure you don't take the sack there, setting up a really long 3rd down.
See what Dan Campbell dials up here, calling the plays, needs one here. 3rd and 7 from the Washington 9. Lions 2 out of 2 on 3rd down so far. Goff's going to work out of the gun. It's got Montgomery to his right. Jared takes the snap back, looking, throwing middle. Got Amon-Ra inside the 2, to the 1, to the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit Lions. Amon-Ra St. Brown. Stretching out for just enough yardage, 9 in all, and the Lions extend their lead. St. Brown beats St. Ristel on the play. And the Lions are an extra point away from being up 14-3 in this one.
And again, right, just an inside route, attacking the middle of that defense, and he stretched that little 6-foot body just enough to get across that end zone.
And the good news is Penei Sewell out of the tent and was back on the field for that extra point. Then they waved him off, but he's got his helmet on, and he's back on the sidelines. Extra point is up and good, and it's now the Lions 14 and Washington 3. This is your home for Detroit Lions football.
4th and inches or 4th and a fighting chance. At Henry Ford Health, we go for it. We go for it for our patients, teammates, friends, and family. In the labs, hospitals, clinics, and partnerships all around the state. We go for it for millions of people who deserve a better quality of life. We go for it because we have to. It's who we are. We are Henry.
Henry Ford Health, official healthcare provider of the Detroit Lions. Find out more at henryford.com/teamdocs.
Think Verizon, America's best 5G network, is expensive? Think again. Bring in your AT&T or T-Mobile bill to a Verizon store and we'll give you a better deal. Verizon has you covered with the most ways to save with phone deals, streaming, and plans where you can get a single line with everything you need. So bring in your bill to your local Detroit Verizon store and we'll give you a better deal. Rankings based on Root Metrics United States Root Score Report dated first half 2025. Your results may vary. Must provide a postpaid consumer mobile bill dated within past 45 days. Bill must be in the same name as the person redeeming the deal. Additional terms apply.
Pizza eaters, pay attention. Right now, my favorite, Hungry Howie's, is offering 51% off any large, original, or thin crust pizza. Those are the round ones, by the way. The classics. All the toppings or a minimalist approach of classic cup pepperoni. It's your call. Me? I want original crust with pep, extra cheese, jalapenos, and Italian herb crust. Don't forget that free flavored crust. This deal is online only, so pull up hungryhowies.com, order a large round pizza for carryout for 51% off, and thank me later.
Hungry
Howie's.
I'm Dan Campbell, head coach of the Detroit Lions. What if I told you there's a legal team whose winning record goes back over 50 years? What if this team had a roster of some of the best and brightest in their field? And what if I said that every time this team wins, you win too? I'm talking about Michigan's first family of law, Sam Bernstein Law. If you've been injured in an accident, calling Sam will be the best call you ever make. Get a winning team to fight for you. Get the Bernstein advantage. Call Sam.
Injured? 1-800-CALL-SAM.
All right, let's pause 10 seconds for station identification on the Detroit Lions Radio Network.
Lions football is on WBFX Grand Rapids. Big 101.3. The fun hits you know.
Talk about gaining real estate, brought to you by Kathy Brook of Max Brook Realtors. 4 seasons as the official realtor of the Detroit Lions Radio Network. Lions so far in this one, 10 first downs, 143 yards, and 19 plays, 2 drives, both resulting in touchdowns, with Dan Campbell calling the plays.
Yep. And 3 for 3 on third down. That obviously a big emphasis for the past couple weeks. That's the difference right now. You're able to pick up those third downs, especially that last one that results in a touchdown. The situational football, that's how you win games.
Amon-Ra St. Brown, 3 catches, 41 yards and a touchdown so far. Jake Bates set to kick it off. He does. Going to be Igbenogany fielding it at the 7-yard line. Back to the 10, to the 15, to the 20. Cuts right at the 25, and he is cut down as he gets to the 26, 27-yard line. Trevor Nowaski with the tackle on special teams. So Washington's offense will come back out. Lions defense back on the field.
Jack Campbell's a machine, too. I think he's the only starter on defense that is out there on that kickoff coverage unit, man. And he's a difference maker, no matter what he's at.
Loving it.
Oh, yeah, he does. He takes pride, man. He doesn't shy away from physical contact. We know that.
Krosky Merritt in there running back. First time we've seen him for Washington today. Pistol formation. He's the back behind Mariota, who's in the short gun. They give it to him, cuts it back, finds a lane, across the 30-yard line he goes, and slams out to the 33. Gain of 6 on the play. Brian Branch made the stop for Detroit.
And again, nice job front side, forcing that to the backside. And just a nice job of us guys rallying. You got Alex Anzalone getting in there, Brian Branch getting in there. So nice job of getting multiple hats to the ball.
Third tackle of the day for BB. It is 2nd down and 4 for Washington from their own 33. They fake the give. Mariota to throw. Does left side. Got a man wide open. It is caught by Robbie Chosen, who runs out of bounds with the first down right at midfield. Nice pitch and catch that time. Good for 17.
Yeah, just one of those rare moments where we've seen the Lions in zone coverage that time. Amiku was responsible for the deep third over there on his side, and just didn't have anybody in that really kind of hook zone out there towards the flat to get in the way and force a bad pass.
So it is 1st and 10, Washington from midfield. Mariota a couple of steps towards the line. Now he backs up into the pistol. Will take the snap, turn to give it to Kruskinert, running right, trying to get outside. Campbell chasing him and taking him down. Maybe a yard. But a good job by Jack Campbell just running right down the line and chasing down the back.
Yeah, and a good job from Roy Lopez, too, to keep outside contained and, again, force that back to where his help is, which is Zach Campbell and the rest of those guys on the defensive front.
Got one at 2nd down and 9. Washington goes with some tempo. They go straight to the line now from the Detroit 49. Lions up 14-3, final 10 seconds, first quarter. Mariota's got it on 2nd down. Lofts it deep down the right side. Once chosen, incomplete. Terrion Arnold stride for stride with him down the right side. Pass overthrown. It'll bring up 3rd down.
Good coverage that time. We've seen Mariota take a couple shots so far with Terrion Arnold in one-on-one coverage. And Coach mentioned it last week. He's really starting to develop and hit that next stride when it comes to being sticky to receivers without drawing the penalties that we saw kind of plague him his rookie year.
So it's going to be 3rd and 9 for Washington from the 49 of Detroit. Final second of the first quarter here. Mariota out of the gun. Washington 0 for 2 on 3rd down. Mariota's got it back. Pressure comes. He's hit. Slips out of it. Rolling to his right. Now he's going down. Brian Branch got him. Sack for the Lions. Big loss. Aiden Hutchinson was the first one to put the heat on him. He spun away from that, but BB was right there waiting for him.
And just across. They ran across. Seemed like the linebackers ran across. That was just a nice job of being pursuit from Brian Branch and getting that sack.
And a nice way to end the first quarter. We've played 15 here in Washington. It is the Lions leading by a score of 14-3. This is your home for Detroit Lions football.
I'm Lions head coach Dan Campbell. When you're injured in an accident, you want respect. How do you get the respect and money you deserve? Call Sam. You need lawyers that get respect. And your lawyer needs to respect you, your case, and your family. That's why you need to call Sam. Get the experience, the resources, and the results that everyone respects. Get the Bernstein advantage. Get respect. Call Sam today.
You might be thinking you'll wait till spring for new windows, but spring is one cold, long winter away. Don't wait. Call Wallside. Lock in today's prices. Lock in energy efficiency. And all of our windows are custom made and installed straight from our own factory. Get affordable quality with half off every window and extended financing. Your home will feel as great on the inside as it looks on the outside. Half off every window and extended financing. Call 1-800-521-7800.
People love to talk about grit, but in Detroit and at Ford, we practice it. We show up when it's hard and step up when it's harder. And when obstacles block our path, we get in our trucks and haul them out of the way. Because in this city, the easy way out doesn't exist. There are only people. People who work tirelessly, passionately, unrelentingly, season after season. People who are striving in the pursuit of something greater than themselves. So, whether you're down by 6 in the fourth quarter or up to your knees in snow, in Detroit and at Ford, we always finish what we start, even when the odds say we can't. That's when we find a new gear. That's when we drive it home. Ready, set, Ford.
For physical health, mental health, and everything in between, Blue Cross is ready to help. Learn more at bcbsm.com.
Talk about laying the lumber, brought to you by Amish Direct Furniture. Check out Amish Direct's 15% off or more sale. Brian Branch with a sack to end the first quarter, forcing Washington into a punting situation here. Tress Way is out there. Khalif Raymond back deep for Detroit. Going to come back to that sack in just a moment.
Yeah, great start. That's how you want to start that first quarter. Third
2-3.
Perfect on third down, both sides of the ball, and discipline, right? Penalties were an issue last week. Haven't seen any yet today.
Way has got it, drives it. Leaf is under it. Going to field it at the 16. To his right. Gets cut down immediately. Good work on special teams by Washington that time. Former Lion Nick Valor out of Central Michigan makes the stop. You go back to that sack a moment ago, TJ. Look, Aiden Hutchinson's not going to get any credit there, but he's the one to put the pressure on him and force Mariota into a fire drill, and then BB took him down.
It was a heck of a design there from Kelvin Shepard by getting a couple guys twisting on the inside. The left guard center weren't able to pass off that stunt, which allowed Aiden Hutchinson to come free up the middle. You're right, he didn't get the sack. He's going to get a pressure for it, but nice relentless pursuit, like Lomas said, from Brian Branch to stick with it. We know that Mariota can be a problem if you let him get outside that pocket.
And Lomas, the big fella's back out there at right tackle.
We love it because he is the catalyst to our offensive line. Love to see him bounce off that apparent setback.
Panay Sewell back in there. Lions backed up a bit in their own end. 1st and 10 from their own 13 now. 14-3, they lead it here early second quarter. Goff's going to move in behind center. Single back behind him is Gibbs. Goff takes the snap, turns, fakes to Jameer, flips. Now to the right side, got it to Khalif, who picks up a block to the 15 to the 20. Khalif out to the 22-yard line. A lot of eye candy there. Faked it to Jameer, faked it on the end around to JMO, and then threw it that time to Khalif Raymond, who ends up getting tackled by Jeremy Reeves, but the Lions picked up 8 yards on the play, out to the 21-yard line.
Yeah, all you want to do is get the ball in Khalif's hand out there in space where he can make a couple of guys miss. Nice job at the point of attack. Nice run.
Lions now with a 2nd down and 2 from their own 21. Goff takes the snap, turns, gives to Jameer. Jameer finds a hole, gets the 1st down, out to the 30, still fighting to the 31-yard line. Jonathan Jones with the tackle, but that'll move the chains, gain of 10.
Great job that time by the left side. Coyote Awasika and Taylor Decker had a great double team. Coyote gets up to the second level. Looks like he slipped, but he took a good path, which made Bobby Wagner kind of get outside his gap, which opened up that backside lane for Jameer Gibbs to just stick his head down and throw another body blow at this Washington defense.
Let's not forget Coyote getting the start today. They're for Christian Mahogany at left guard. Lions with a 1st down now from their own 31. Goff moves in behind center. Single back Gibbs. He gives it to Jameer. Jameer finds a hole. There he goes left side. Across the 40-yard line to the 50. Left sideline into Washington territory. Inside the 45 and out of the 42. Graham Glasgow with a big block to help spring him. And that's going to be a 27-yard gain.
And Sam Laporta. It wasn't a big block, but he just got just enough to shield the guy out. And like you say, once you give Jameer Gibbs a hole like that, he's going to take off.
Throw Leaf in there with a nice block as well for the Lions, who've got a 1st down now in Washington territory at the 42. Goff's going to work out of the gun. Now he moves in behind center. Single back is Gibbs. Goff takes the snap, fakes the give, sets in a clean pocket, looks, now rolls to his right, throws knocked up in the air, got to knock it down, fellas, and it is incomplete. That thing hung up for a long time. You had a couple of Commanders diving for it, coming up empty that time. Frankie Luvu was the guy who got the knockdown. Jerron Payne had a shot at it.
And Lions try to take a shot there. Amon-Ra was coming across the middle of the field. J-Mo looked like running a deep post. Jared really didn't have anywhere to throw that ball. He tried to get it out late, so it looked like Laporta in the flat, but, man, that's a fortunate bounce for the Lions. Yeah. You're right, that ball was up there for quite a long time.
2nd and 10 from the Washington 42. Goff out of the gun with Montgomery to his left. Jared takes the snap, wants to throw, looks right side, throws it out there, got to complete to Gibbs. Gibbs inside the 40, fighting inside the 35, and he is turned back after he gets down to the 34-yard line. And that is going to be a gain of 8 on the play. It's going to bring up a 3rd and 2. Bobby Wagner with the tackle.
Yeah, they're sitting back in zone, and Jared just rolls up and just got the ball out of his hands quickly to Jameer Gibbs, and Jameer got what he could on that particular play right there. But Jared saying that is his zone and getting the ball out of his hands quickly.
Good thing you did, too, because I think there was a miscommunication there. Panesa was fanning out to the blitzer, and nobody picked up the defensive end, so really good job by Jared to get that ball out quick.
3rd and 2 for the Lions from the 34 of Washington. Goff hands it to Gibbs, bounces to his right, is hit by Wagner there. Got very close to the 1st down, should have it down to the 31-yard line. So good fight by Gibbs that time. Wagner was right there waiting for him, but he picks up 3, and they'll keep this drive alive. Great work on 3rd down so far by the Lions, 4 out of 4.
Yeah, Bobby Wagner in this 14th year out of Utah State, man, still playing at a high level.
1st and 10 for the Lions now from the Washington 31. Up 14-3, looking for more. Goff has it, wants to throw. Goff looks and throws, got a complete Khalif left side. Inside the 25, down to the 20-yard line with a first down. Spun down at the 18. Tackled by Jonathan Jones, but damage done. That's a 13-yard connection from Goff to Khalif Raymond.
And much better job under protection, especially the interior. Keone Elvasika is going to get beat a little bit late on the inside, but he fights and he scraps and he claws to make sure that Jared Goff had a lane to step up in. And that's what you want to see. If you're going to get beat, man, make it a slow death, right? Just try to hold on for 3-4 seconds to give Jared that time. Nice job that time of finishing the play from the offensive line.
1st and 10 from the Washington 18. They give it to Gibbs, who tries the left side. Nothing doing. Stacked up right at the line of scrimmage. Good work up front. Javon Kinlaw led the way. Lions Red Zone offense brought to you by Family Heating, Cooling, and Electric. Family in the red trucks in the red zone for you.
And TJ, on that last play, a nice job from Khalif Raymond just to kind of throttle it down, too, knowing that, again, Washington's back in the zone, giving Jared the target to get the ball into him.
Yeah, we got a little dust up going on down there, fellas.
Yeah, this scrum getting separated.
You call that a dust up?
I don't know what it was.
Play clock's running. Now they send it back to 25. They put some time back on there. So here come the Lions now with a 2nd and 10 from the Washington 18. Goff is going to work out of the gun. Gibbs to his left. Jared leans in. There's the snap. Something went wrong there. That's too early. Kinlaw came in. He was across as that ball was snapped. He was basically trying to catch the snap. What do we have up front? Here's the call.
Offside. Defense number 99. That's a 5-yard penalty. 2nd down.
Looked like Kinlaw could have reached out and grabbed the football before it got to Jared that time. So that's going to be a free 5 for the Lions. And make it 2nd down and 5 from the 13.
Still talking.
He and Jared kind of talking back and forth. Jared's talking because he knows he's got those 5 guys in front of him. Here they come to the line now, out of the huddle. Goff's going to move in behind center. 2nd down and 5. He's not gotten up yet, and don't have a number on him as of yet, but the Lions lead this 20-3.
Teamwork makes the dream work.
Yeah,
I mean, nice
fellas,
yes.
We cannot escape this lead story that Dan Campbell is calling this plays, and this thing is clicking right now. The biggest change you've seen with him calling these plays, Lomas, is what?
He's attacking the middle of this defense. Again, we know how strong Washington is in the middle of this defense. Like TJ said, they're quick hitting plays. They're either getting a hat on the head, moving guys.
Yeah, I agree. And just the variance, too. I thought last week at times against Minnesota, some of those plays just started to become a little bit too predictable. And I'll tell you a big difference as well is they're much better on 1st and 2nd down. We haven't seen them really face a lot of 3rd and longs where now you're putting a lot of stress on your offensive line. So that's been the big difference right now.
Troy Amos was the injured commander. He is being helped off the field, walking gingerly to the sideline now. So Luvu appeared to be okay. Amos will have to wait and see. Lions, though, 3 drives, 3 touchdowns, 20-3 with the extra point coming up. Gibbs, the 11th time he's had a multi-touchdown game, ties Billy Sims for second most in franchise history.
Not bad. Not a bad person to
It's not
pass.
on that sheet, but I'm assuming the little big fella is number 1, right?
I think you could assume that right. You can assume that right.
That's what we call him, little big
The
fella?
little big fella, yeah. He used to be the little fella. Now he's the little big fella now.
What was I couldn't quite hear the referee there. Was there a penalty on there? Because the Lions look like they're keeping their offense out to
Well, if
2
there's a
here.
penalty, it would move you down to the 1-yard
Right,
line.
yeah, and their offense is still on the field.
Penalty.
I thought maybe it was an unsportsmanlike or something.
Well, Lions are going to keep their offense out there and go for 2. When there's a penalty on a play like that, it allows you to move the ball from the 2 to the 1-yard line. And you can go for 2 from there. So leading 20-3, that is what they will do. Don't have the penalty as of yet. You did not hear the official. And Deron Payne was called for unnecessary roughness.
And he's walking off the field. Did he get ejected?
He's going to the locker room right now. Yeah, it looks like they sent him off. We'll get a full report on that in a moment. But here come the Lions now, going for 2 after the penalty. Goff is going to work out of the gun. Montgomery to his right. Lions try to tack on 2 more. Jared takes the snap, hands it to DOMO, up the middle, he's got it, 2-point conversion for the Lions. It is now Detroit 22 and Washington 3, and that's just the big fellas up front moving Washington players back into the end zone. There was no contact until he had already gotten the 2 points.
He was wearing that defense out, man.
Yes.
I'll tell you what, you can see it.
This defense for Washington has struggled, giving up over 32 points a game over the last month, and they've lost 4 consecutive games, and so far you're seeing why.
And now they've lost their best D lineman, too.
Is there another flag down there,
flag
TJ?
down there, right by the goal line.
So there's another flag by the goal line. We'll figure that out when we can't come back. That could impact the kickoff coming up. Lions lead it 22-3. This is your home for Detroit Lions football.
Hey, football fans, with Delta Dental and Delta Vision, your smile will be an MVP, and your vision will be sharp enough to catch every play. Don't fumble your health. Visit DeltaDentalMI.com to shop our comprehensive dental and vision plans today. That's DeltaDentalMI.com for comprehensive dental and vision plans. Delta Dental of Michigan Delta Vision plans are underwritten by Renaissance Life and Health Insurance Company of America.
Are you a high-level CNC machinist ready for your next challenge? We need your skills immediately. The 3-Dimensional Services Group, a growing Rochester Hills and Lapeer-based company serving the aerospace and automotive markets, is looking for 5-axis and 3-axis CNC programmers, setup, and operator specialists to run our next-gen machines. We offer competitive wages, full healthcare benefits, and overtime is available. The time to embrace the future of machining is now. Call 947-447-2270 or apply today at 3dimensional.com. That's the number 3dimensional.com.
Across the country, schools are having to cut sports. Kellogg's Frosted Flakes is on a mission to fix that. With a Kellogg's Frosted Flakes box purchased, a $3 donation is sparked by uploading receipt via MissionTiger.com. Thanks to fans coast to coast, students at middle schools nationwide have better access to play sports, and Mission Tiger has created more than 2.3 million play experiences for students and counting. Please go to MissionTiger.com to learn more.
From the biggest of the big games to the littlest of the little.
There you go. Go!
Run, James!
No, first base!
Go, go, go! Whenever you shop Meijer, you help support hundreds of local sports teams across the Midwest. From some of the biggest stadiums in the state to the familiar fields down the street. You're helping make a difference to the people and places you call home. Learn more at Meijer.com/community.
All right, back here in Landover, Maryland, 22-3 Lions on top of Washington. So Deron Payne was ejected, disqualified, and now Javon Kinlaw has been called for a personal foul. That's the first for him. So Detroit will kick off from the 50. What you can do here is kick it out of bounds, and then they get the ball at the 25-yard line. We'll see how they play it. Here's the run-up and the kick, and that's exactly what they're going to do. They're going to kick it out of bounds.
Smart.
So that should give Washington the ball to
Free kick out of bounds on the kicking team. Ball will be placed at the 25-yard line. Commander's hash.
So the penalty for kicking it out of bounds is 25 yards. If you kick it into the end zone for a touchback, it comes to the 35. So it's a smart play. Pittsburgh did it last week, and the Lions do it right there to take full advantage of the rules. Touchdown report brought to you by Delta Dental and Delta Vision of Michigan.
I just saw the replay. Deron Payne took a swing at Amon-Ra. Watch. I mean, that was... I didn't see what Kinlaw did.
We didn't see it at first.
Deron Payne, man, he took a wicked shot. Right hook, right at Amon-Ra's face.
Here comes Washington from the 25. They keep it on the ground. Not much there. Out to the 26-yard line goes Chris Rodriguez. Picks up one, maybe two on the play. Touchdown report brought to you by Delta Dental and Delta Vision of Michigan. Lions have had it 3 times, scored on all 3 possessions. 10 plays, 78 yards. 9 plays, 65 yards. 9 plays, 82 yards. Gibbs so far, 12 catches, 105 yards, and 2 TDs. Washington got 1 on first down, 2nd down, and 9 now from their own 26. Mariota's going to work out of the gun. Takes the snap, wants to throw, drifts to his right, now throws deep downfield. It is up for grabs and caught. Inside the 35, grabbed by Jalen Lane. Had the inside step that time on Brian Branch and makes the catch down at the 33-yard line of Detroit.
Yeah, give Marcus Mariota a lot of credit that time. That was a beautiful ball he threw there, and he had the time to get it off. Just a nice read. Nice job of going up and high-pointing the ball. Nice completion from Washington.
Gain of 41. So trailing 22-3, Washington's got it with the first down at the 33-yard line of Detroit. Mariota takes him straight to the line now. He'll work out of the gun. There's the snap. Hands it off over the right side. Big hole. Rodriguez inside the 25 and down to the 24-yard line. Picks up 9 on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 1.
Kind of rare right now. We've seen a couple kind of chunk plays there in the middle of that defense. Normally when other teams have success running the ball against the Lions defense, it comes on the edges, and right now just not doing enough on that interior to get off the blocks and get some tackles around the line of scrimmage.
Washington goes with a 3 tight end set here on 2nd down and 1 from the Lion 24. Pistol formation. Mariota in the shotgun. Rodriguez behind him. They give it to Rodriguez over the right side. Didn't get much, didn't need much. Got the first down to the 23, maybe the 22-yard line where Lopez made the stop.
A better job on that play by Roy Lopez and Ali McNeil to just kind of clog up the middle. I know they picked up the first down, but that's improvement from what we have seen so far.
Washington from the Detroit 23 with a first down. Mariota up under center. Takes the snap, tosses it. Rodriguez tries the left side, trips up, taken down Ali McNeil. Just drove his blocker right back into the running back that time and took him down for a loss.
Roy Lopez that time, Dan, another good play on his part again, just taking this guy back and just pushing him into the traffic. And again, nice job by our defense just flowing, forcing the running back to want to turn it back, but just a nice job by interior, by defensive line.
Yep, good call. That was Lopez 51, not Alim 54. Loss of 2 on the play, so Washington now with a 2nd and 12 from the Lion 25. Mariota out of the gun. Mariota's got it, wants to throw. Back, looking, stepping up, going to run it inside the 15. Tries to leap in the air, and Brian Branch is right there waiting for him. Drills him and stops him at the 17-yard line. It's going to bring up now a 3rd down for Washington after a gain of 8.
I'll tell you what, Mariota is not very timely when he tries to jump. He happened a couple weeks ago, and he got drilled, and man, he just at the same time, lucky he probably didn't take a bigger hit from Brian Branch that time.
Lions red zone defense brought to you by Fago, the one true pop. 3rd and 3. Washington from the Lions 16. Washington 0 for 3 on 3rd down so far today. 22-3, Lions on top, 5:50 to go here, first half. Mariota on 3rd down, takes the shotgun snap, keeps it himself over the left side, dives inside the 10 to the 9, He is going to be shy of the first down. Should say inside the 15 to the 14. McNeil and Al-Quadin Mohammed team up to make the stop. It's going to bring up now a 4th down and a long one.
Man, that time, TJ, again, the 3-down lineman that time, walking the linebackers up in the A gap that time. Nice job from Lee McNeil to get his hand on his ankle and bring him down.
Washington trailing 22-3 will go for it. 4th and 1 from the Lion 14. Mariota works out of the gun. Takes the snap, wants to throw on 4th down. Stepping up, throwing middle. It is caught. Pushed out at the 6-yard line. Grab made there by Zach Ertz, who absorbed a big hit from Branch and picked up 8.
Man, just weren't able to generate a pass rush. Mariota had plenty of time there to go through a couple options, find real reliable tight end Zach Ertz, who was a catching machine, especially down here in the red zone. But like to see a little bit more push, especially in the middle of that pocket, to not let Mariota step into some of those throws.
And I'm surprised Zach Ertz hadn't been more involved in this game plan. Might be his first catch of the day.
So it is 1st and goal for Washington from the Lions 6. Mariota takes the shotgun snap, just flips it ahead to Deebo Samuel, who dives down to the 1-yard line. That'll go as a forward pass. Jet sweep look. Picks up 5 on the play. It'll be 2nd and goal from the 1.
Man, and Derek Barnes was he was being held that time, trying to get the flag from the referee that time. Didn't get it, but nice job of stringing that play out and not letting Deebo Samuels get in the end zone.
2nd and goal from the 1. Mariota's going to work out of the gun. Rodriguez, the back to his left. Mariota looking out over that defense. There's the snap. Hands to Rodriguez into the end zone for the touchdown. Good work up front by that Washington offensive line that time. They opened a huge hole. And these Washington fans have something to cheer about for the first time today.
TJ, that was behind leg.
Live from the 1-800-CALL-SAM studios, Lions lead at 25-10 over the Commanders at the break. As we send it back to the guys, Lomas Brown, Dan Campbell surprises us by calling the plays in that first half. What was he calling that maybe wasn't happening before?
Well, Mark, what I loved about what Dan Campbell was doing is he has these guys playing downhill. And what I mean by that, we're putting a hat on a hat. It gives those offensive linemen a chance to come off. And we're attacking the middle of that Washington Commanders defense. And that's where their strength was. So I love what Coach is doing. And what else helped? We're going good on 1st and 2nd down. That's keeping us out of 3rd and longs. We're sustaining drives.
Passing game definitely clicking. 3 Lion receivers with at least 4 catches. Leaf 4 for 49. Laporta 4 for 45. St. Brown 4 for 43 and a touchdown. Lions will get the ball to start the 3rd quarter here as we get ready for the final 30 minutes of football here at Northwest Stadium. Sione Vaki and Cully Freeman back deep for Detroit. Lions at 289 yards in that first half to 123 for Washington. So let's not lose sight of what that defense did as well, guys.
Yeah, it's really just that one chunk play, right? That 40-yarder on that touchdown drive that was really the only thing that Washington was able to get going.
So here we go. 3rd quarter action. Kickoff is a line drive going to be taken by Khalif Raymond at the 7-yard line. Back to the 15, cuts right at the 20, gets to the 25. Leaf is hit and dropped at the 29-yard line. A big hit on special teams that time for Washington.
But that
is Ale Cajo, and he stayed down after that hit.
He took the worst of that.
Yeah, that's not good. Tried to get up, staggered, fell back down. Leaf popped right up and got off the sidelines. So the Lions offense will be delayed for a moment as the medical team is out to take a look at Cajo.
Yeah, they build us a little different, man. Build us in Detroit a little different.
That is a big shot. But as you say, tackler took the worst of it. We'll take a break with an injury on the field. This is your home for Detroit Lions football.
Think Verizon, America's best 5G network, is expensive? Think again. Bring in your AT&T or T-Mobile bill to a Verizon store and we'll give you a better deal. Verizon has you covered with the most ways to save with phone deals, streaming, and plans where you can get a single line with everything you need. So bring in your bill to your local Detroit Verizon store and we'll give you a better deal. Rankings based on Root Metrics United States Root Score Report dated first half 2025. Your results may vary. Must provide a postpaid consumer mobile bill dated within past 45 days. Bill must be in the same name as the person redeeming the deal. Additional terms apply.
People can't have access to quality medical care without affordable health insurance. At Blue Cross Blue Shield of Michigan, we understand increasing health insurance costs are becoming more of a strain on the budgets of the businesses and people we serve. Affordability matters. It affects real families, real decisions, and real care. That's why at Blue Cross we're dedicated to finding solutions. To learn about this critical issue and our efforts to make healthcare affordable for all, visit mibluedaily.com/affordability today.
Hey, football fans, with Delta Dental and Delta Vision, your smile will be an MVP, and your vision will be sharp enough to catch every play. Don't fumble your health. Visit DeltaDentalMI.com to shop our comprehensive dental and vision plans today. That's DeltaDentalMI.com for comprehensive dental and vision plans. Delta Dental of Michigan Delta Vision plans are underwritten by Renaissance Life and Health Insurance Company of America.
I'm Dan Campbell, head coach of the Detroit Lions. Grit, honesty, hustle, these things are important to me. And that's why I partnered with the Bernsteins. They work quickly to make things right after an accident. They do it with compassion and integrity, and they do it for Michigan families like yours. That's why calling Sam is the best call you can make if you're injured in an accident. The Bernsteins, great family, great lawyers. If you're injured in an accident, get the Bernstein advantage.
Injured? 1-800-CALL-SAM.
All right, a couple of injury updates here. Terry Arnold out. He has a concussion. And Trey Amos, the cornerback for Washington, injured an ankle earlier in the game. He is out as well. Into the third quarter now, brought to you by U.S. Park. Put it in park with U.S. Park at Detroit Metro Airport. Lions take over now out of the injury timeout at their own 28-yard line. Goff so far in this one, in the first half, he was 17 out of 23, 181 yards, 2 touchdowns, quarterback rating 125.5. 15th straight game in which he has thrown a touchdown pass. Here come the Lions now. Goff up under center, single back behind him is Montgomery. Big Dan Skipper in motion to the right side. Goff, long count at the line. Takes the snap, fakes the give, sets in the pocket, looks, throws left side, caught, comeback route right there by J-Mo, makes the grab, across the 45-yard line and out near midfield. Nice throw by Goff that time. J-Mo rearranged, came back to get it. It's a nice chunk play for Detroit to start this third quarter. They gained 21.
Yeah, one-on-one look out there. J-Mo, just a stop. He just wrenched stop. Nice job of spinning back and get a little bit more yardage. And Dan, can you say Dan Skipper without saying Big Dan Skipper? I don't think it's possible.
Here come the Lions now. On 1st and 10 from midfield. Goff's going to work out of the gun with Gibbs to his left. Jared takes, wants to throw again. Looking left, throwing left. It is caught. Making the grab before he goes out of bounds is Isaac Tesla. Had a step on the defender that time. Tight window for Jared, but he made the throw. Tesla made the grab. That's going to be another first down and a gain of 10.
Yeah, heck of a throw. And now we're just seeing some timing routes, right? Jared's throwing this ball sometimes before his guys are even out of the cut, but just the ball placement on the last 3 or 4 throws have been very, very good for Jared Goff.
Lions now with a first down at the Washington 39. Goff turns, gives to Gibbs. Big hole. There he goes. Inside the 40, inside the 30, and down inside the 25-yard line. Quan Martin made the stop. Gibbs just slicing through the hole that time. Good gain and another Detroit Lion first down.
And again, give the guys on the backside a lot of credit because Jameer Gibbs was able to push it front side, cut back, and he had a nice hole waiting for him on the backside. Panay Sewell was one of the guys that was responsible for that.
Got 14. Good to see Graham Blasco back in there with a big block to help spring Gibbs that time. Lions now 1st and 10 from the Washington 25. Goff up under center, Gibbs the single back. Jared turns, fakes the give, sets, throws, middle, caught. J-Mo fighting his way down inside the 15-yard line to the 13-yard line. Savage made the stop, but that's a 12-yard gain.
And this offense is just in a rhythm right now, especially with Dan Campbell calling the plays. He really seems like he's got a good feel of how this game is flowing. As soon as you show run, you hit him with the play action. Then you show play action, and you hand it off for something right up the middle. And a lot of body blows so far on this Washington defense.
This drive so far, 21-yard play, 10-yard play, 14-yard play, 12-yard play. That sets them up with a 1st and 10 at the Washington 14. 3 tight ends set for the Lions. Goff out of the gun. It is 1st and 10 from the 14. Goff to throw again. Does. Middle. J-Mo angling to the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit Lions. J-Mo flips into the end zone for 6. Terrific work after the catch by number 1 that time. And the Lions start this third quarter with a big drive. 14 yards on the strike. Goff to Williams.
And
surgical.
And right, give the offensive line a lot of credit again, because J-Mo had to come all the way across the field. Nice job of Jared putting it on them, giving them an opportunity to run, and he flipped in the end zone.
He sure did. Let me give you that drive again. 21-yard play, 10-yard play, 14-yard play, 12-yard play, 14 yards and a touchdown.
We like it.
That is big stuff, man. Bates for the extra point. It is up and it is good. Lions make a statement to start this second half. They extend their lead. It is now Detroit 32 and Washington 10 on the Detroit Lions radio network.
On this podcast, Incels, we unpack an emerging mindset.
I am a loser. If I was a woman, I wouldn't date me either.
A hidden world of resentment, cynicism, anger against women at a deadly tipping point.
Tomorrow is the day of retribution. The day in which I will have my revenge.
This is Incels. Listen to Incels on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Follow Incels and start listening on the free iHeartRadio app today.
By Wallside Windows, the official window company of the Lions radio network. Jared Goff on that opening drive of the third quarter, 4 out of 4 for 58 yards and a touchdown. That was a thing of beauty.
And we love that, Dan. And again, it set it up because of how we were able to run the ball in the first half. Just have Washington on their heels right now. And you're right, one run, the rest were passes out there, but there was chunk passes, chunk yardage that we got, able to get downfield efficiently.
Jake Bates set to kick it off. Lions have had it 5 times today. They've scored 5 times. 4 touchdowns and a field goal. Adds up to a 32-10 lead. There's the run up and the kick by Bates. Going to be taken by Igbenogany. At the 3-yard line left side. Back to the 10, to the 15, to the 20, 25, and out to the 30-yard line. He runs out of bounds. So that is where Washington will take over. 27-yard turn. Marcus Mariota back out there in the first half. He was 7 of 11 for 98 yards.
Wouldn't mind see the pass rush tick up a little bit here too, Lo. I know it's a 3-score game early in the second half, but it kind of feels like Washington is pretty close to starting to become one-dimensional. So I want to see those guys on the inside, see if we can get some push.
Austin Merritt is the back. Single back behind Mariota, who's up under center. Mariota takes, gives it to Crosby Merritt. You see it as he crosses the 35-yard line. Jack Campbell and Thomas Harper team up to make the stop. Got 6 on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 4.
And we talk about Jack Campbell, man. Ever since he put that green dot on the back of his head, he has been the unquestioned leader, along with Aiden Hutchinson, of this defense. Play after play, game after game.
2nd and 4. Washington from their own 37. Pistol formation. Mariota takes, wants to throw, stepping up in the pocket. He's going to tuck it and run. Gets to the 40, runs out of bounds at the 45-yard line. Escorted out by Rock Yassin, who's in there at cornerback, with Terrion Arnold being out with that concussion. It's a gain of 8 and the first down for Washington.
And it was a good rush by Aleem McNeil of getting in the backfield, but especially against running quarterbacks, you just got to know when you got to stop, right, and kind of retrack back to the inside, because he did get some push, but it almost kind of ran himself out of the play and opened up that lane for Marcus Mariota to scramble.
Here comes Washington now with a 1st and 10 from their own 46. On first down, they hand it off. That is Krusky Merritt, who gets out to midfield. Picks up 4 on the play. It'll be second down and 6. Tackled there by DJ Reader.
Just a nice job, too, of us taking Washington's weapons out of the game. Not much from Deebo Samuel so far. Not much from Zach Ertz, the great tight end so far. So just a nice job of us kind of eliminating the damage that those guys can do, too.
Ole Cajo, who made that hit to open the half on the kickoff return by Khalif, has a concussion, questionable to return. He's in protocol right now. Washington keeps it on the ground on second down. Krusky Merritt, short gain to the 49 of Detroit. Tackled there by Anzalone and Lacey. It's going to bring up now a third down for Washington. About 5.
Nice job of avoiding that first tackle. Aiden Hutchinson starting to see a little movement on this Lions front. They ran a TE. Looked like he had a clean shot in the backfield, but just kind of whiffed a little bit. But he made his the running back cut back to where he knew his help was coming from.
Washington is 0 for 4 on third down so far today. They got a 3rd and 5 here from their own 49. Mariota back, wants to throw, lofts it down the left side with a flag down. Grab is made, caught there by Brooks. Inside the 20, inside the 15, and they're going to call it out at the 11-yard line. Penalty flag came in. It was going to be against Rocky Yassin, but the catch, he goes for 38 yards, so they will decline the penalty.
And he doesn't like that call. Rocky Yassin is very upset about that call being made against him. See if we can get a replay.
Lions red zone defense brought to you by Fago, the one true pop.
And the call doesn't matter because he caught it anyways, but that's a spot that Terrion Arnold's been playing.
So here comes Washington now with a first down at the Lion 11. Mariota a couple of steps towards the line. Now he backs up into the pistol with Krusky Merritt behind him. Lions up 32-10. Washington looking to get a little closer. They give it to Krusky Merritt. He is hit and dropped. Jack Campbell led the charge that time. Check it out. Alex Anzalone makes the stop. Gain of 3 on the play. It'll be second down and 7.
Yeah, TJ, to me, again, when they choose to attack the side that Aiden zone, it just seemed like he's lined up so wide that time that it just automatically creates a wide gap for even when he's not blocked. It just seemed like it's a natural crevice there for the running back or whoever wants to take it.
Second and 7, Washington from the Lion 8. Snap to Mariota, hands it to Krusky Merritt, tries the right side, got down to the 5-yard line. Tyler Lacey stacked him up there. It is a gain of 3. It's going to set up a third down and 4.
I'm not sure how Laremy Tunsil got away with what he just did to Aiden Hutchinson. He beat him on the inside, and all of a sudden Tunsil grabbed his hip and kind of torqued him back, and you could tell Aiden, he doesn't whine a lot, but he even looked at the refs just like, come on, guys, give me a little bit of help here.
Washington's going to go with some tempo here on third down and 4 from the Lion 5. Mariota's going to go empty out of the gun. Lions show 4 across that defensive front. Now he's joined in the backfield by Deebo Samuel. Flips it to him on a jet sweep look, and the Lions do a great job of stringing it out. That's a terrific play that time. Run out of bounds by Anzalone and Harper. Gain of 1 on the play. It's going to set up a 4th down, and Washington will keep their offense on the field. It's going to be 4th and 3.
Just a nice job from Harper just to keep that outside shoulder free, even though he had big Laremy Tunsil and some other guys coming out that way. It was just nice to them to keep the contain, and like I say, just force that ball out of bounds using the sideline.
So it is 4th and 3 for Washington. They will go for it from the Lion 4. Mariota with 3 on the play clock, 2 down to 1, and you're going to get a timeout called by Washington. They were about to run out of time, and I don't know if Mariota saw it.
Yeah, you seen Dan Quinn and the full-out sprint trying to get down there to the referee to call that timeout that time.
4th and 3 from the 4. You can ill afford to give up 5.
Yeah, he got to drink a water, a little Gatorade after that little sprint he made just then.
So we will see what Washington dials up here. It is the Lions leading by a score of 32-10, 7:09 to go in the third quarter.
And a lot of times on fourth down, Lions do it too. You try to find your reliable guys too. So if I'm in the secondary or even at the linebacker spot, got to keep an eye on Deebo Samuel, got to keep an eye on Zach Ertz. He makes a lot of plays down here in the red zone.
Samuel's going to go to the right side. Jeremy McNichols in there at running back. He's going to line up to the left of Mariota, who's going to work out of the gun here on 4th and 3. Washington down 32-10, rolling the dice here. Try to find the end zone. Mariota takes the snap. Lions bring a blitz. Mariota throws right side wide open. Deebo Samuel touchdown. Nobody went with Deebo Samuel that time. Easy pitch and catch for Mariota for a Washington touchdown.
Yeah, and with a lot of teams, Minnesota did it last week, where you get into these third downs, fourth downs, the Lions, they're running man coverage, right? That's just a man beater with what it is. Outside guy runs a little slant, creates a little traffic. Inside guy just get a little wheel. Not a good enough job communicating that pass off there on the edge.
Washington's going to go for 2 now. Trailing by a score of 32-16. They're going to try to pull within 14. So the ball sits at the 2-yard line as the Commanders go for 2. Mariota works out of the gun. Samuel in motion to the left side. Mariota fakes the give, wants the throw, does, end zone incomplete. In the direction of Deebo Samuel that time, but well over his head. So Washington comes up empty on the 2-point conversion. It remains Detroit 32, Washington 16. This is your home for Detroit Lions football.
Sidelined by pain? Don't waste weeks running from one office to the next. At Synergy Health Partners, you'll find orthopedic, spine, hand, podiatry, and pain specialists, plus MRI, PT, and pharmacy, all at one place. With locations across Metro Detroit and Port Huron. We bring smarter care closer to you. Get back in the game faster. Schedule synergyhealth.org. Synergy Health Partners, smarter ortho and spine care for Metro Detroit and Port Huron. No runaround.
Hi, I'm Father Tim McCabe at the Pope Francis Center. For many people who live on the streets, our center is the closest thing they have to a home. Each day, we serve hot meals to over 200 guests, and we give them a place to feel human again, a place to shower and wash their clothes. Providing for those less fortunate is a team sport. That's why the Pope Francis Center needs your help. Please donate today at pfc.org. That's pfc.org. Thank you and God bless.
People love to talk about grit, but in Detroit and at Ford, we practice it. We show up when it's hard and step up when it's harder. And when obstacles block our path, we get in our trucks and haul them out of the way. Because in this city, the easy way out doesn't exist. There are only people. People who work tirelessly, passionately, unrelentingly, season after season. People who are striving in the pursuit of something greater than themselves. So, whether you're down by 6 in the fourth quarter or up to your knees in snow, in Detroit and at Ford, we always finish what we start, even when the odds say we can't. That's when we find a new gear. That's when we drive it home. Ready, set, Ford.
Time for an NFL scoreboard update from the 1-800-CALL-SAM studios. Will Miami successfully contain Buffalo running back James Cook? Made Josh Allen play hero ball. Didn't do that overly well today. No points scored for Buffalo through the first 3 quarters. Miami ends up winning it 30-13. They improved to 3-7. Buffalo now 6-3. Back to Dan Lomas and TJ.
All right, Mark, thank you very much. Lions set to get the football back here after Washington goes 69 yards in 9 plays. 5-1 off the clock. Big play was a 38-yard pass to Burks. Mariota with the touchdown pass to Samuels. They come up empty on the 2-point conversion. Kelly Freeman and Sione Baki back deep for Detroit.
Yeah, big response from Washington after we went down and scored. That was a nice response on their part. Now we need to take the momentum back from them.
Waiting for the go-ahead here. And here we go. Lions set to get the football back. That game will kick it off. There's the run-up and the kick. It's a line drive that is going to be taken on a bounce by Baki, who hauls it in at the 10 to the 15, cuts left at the 20, and he's going to come up just shy of that at about the 18-yard line. Good tackle on special teams by Chris Moore that time. Commanders Jonathan Jones, cornerback, groin injury, questionable to return. Already missing Trey Amos, who was out and done for the day with an ankle injury. Antonio Hamilton in there at one of the cornerback spots now, one of the backups for Washington. So here come the Lions now from their own 18-yard line. They've had it 5 times today. They've scored 4 touchdowns and a field goal. Goff is going to work out of the gun. Jared takes the snap, turns, gives it to Montgomery, bounces it outside, cuts it back inside, gets to the 21, and close to the 22-yard line. Gain of 3 on the play. Bobby Wagner stood him up there. And Wagner so far today, 9 tackles.
Almost, we talked about it a little bit now. We've seen so many different variations of the run game from Dan Campbell on this offense right now. We've seen some outside zones, some inside zones, some duos, some counters. Really starting to, I think, confuse Washington's defense a little bit and catching them in some of those slant plays that are opening up some of those lanes for 3, 4, 5 yards.
I agree. Lions now 2nd down and 7 from their own 21. Goff up under center. Jared takes, fakes to give to DOMO. Trying to set it up, goes left side, got it to JMO 25. JMO 30, left sideline 35-40. JMO midfield, outrunning the defenders into Washington territory and finally run out of bounds at the 39-yard line. Big Phenomenon finally forced him out, but that's a 40-yard connection from Goff to Jamison Williams, who's having himself a big day.
And a simple drag route, TJ. Yep. Just a simple drag route across the zone. If you put it where he could catch it and run afterwards, it's not many people going to catch J-Mo.
And I love him pointing at Amon-Ra, too, saying, I'm not running out of bounds, man. I'm staying in bounds. I want to try to get as much as I can. Love the attitude right there from J-Mo.
J-Mo 5 catches, 102 yards today. Lions with a first down at the Washington 38. Goff up under center, takes turns, gives to Montgomery, running right, good line surge, gets him inside the 35 and down to the 29-yard line. Picks up 9 on the play before Quan Martin can make the stop. It'll be 2nd down and 1.
I know we've talked about it a few times, just the body blows, right, Lomas? Yeah. We might get 3, 4, 5 early in the game, but as we continue to wear on you, as we continue to establish that dominance, then you're going to start opening up some of these bigger ones that are a lot of fun, especially when you get in the run game that's rolling like this one is right now.
David Montgomery, 10 carries, 45 yards. Jahmyr Gibbs, 10 carries, 89 yards. Goff and the Lions now with a 2nd and 1 from the Washington 29. Goff takes the direct snap, fakes the give, sets in the pocket, steps up, looks, throws, and just throws it away. In the direction of Jahmyr Gibbs. But that time, Jared was just getting rid of it because he felt that pocket start to collapse on him a little bit.
And TJ, you talked about it. I mean, Washington's on their heels. They got to run, play action pass. You know, they don't know what's coming at them right now. Dan Campbell has that whole playbook open right now, and he's utilizing it to his utmost right now.
Lions 4 for 7 on 3rd down today. It is 3rd and 1 from the Washington 29. Goff up under center, Montgomery the single back. Goff turns, fakes to give to DOMO, wants to throw, does, middle, caught, J-Mo again, inside the 15-yard line, and dives down to the 10. So they come up throwing on 3rd down, J-Mo with a 19-yard gain, and the Lions in business once again. Red Zone offense brought to you by Family Heating, Cooling, and Electric. Family in the red trucks in the red zone for you.
TJ, we needed way more from J-Mo, and we getting it today.
Yep, and an awesome play call, too, even on 2nd down, trying to take a shot down the field, 3rd and 1. We obviously know that's 4-down territory. Dan Campbell goes right back to that play-action pass, and where they've been doing a lot of damage right over the middle of that defense.
1st and 10 from the Washington 12. Goff changing the play at the line. He's up under center with Gibbs the single back. With 1 on the play clock, he takes the snap. Hands to Jahmyr, running left. Dives down to the 10-yard line, picks up 2. Jordan McGee covers him up there. But it's going to be 2nd down and 8.
Yeah, even his 2-yard runs look impressive. And then Commanders that time had a couple guys in the backfield, and Jahmyr just finds a way to kind of get tiny in that hole and squeeze through a couple blocks just to make sure you're continuing to move forward.
2nd and 8. Lions from the Washington 10, out of the huddle and to the line. Jared will move in behind Glasgow and take the direct snap. Jared turns, gives it to DOMO. If you check that, that's Gibbs, who is bottled up and taken down right at the line of scrimmage. They faked the end around that time. Gibbs got to carry Jacob Martin. Really nice job up front for Washington. Stopped him, and that's going to bring up third down.
Yeah, give them a lot of credit that time. The backside stayed home, and they didn't over-pursue that time, and that's what I think Jahmyr Gibbs was counting on, the backside to kind of over-pursue. Just a nice job of Washington staying at home.
3rd and 8 for the Lions from the Washington 10. Goff is going to go empty out of the gun. Now Gibbs will join him in the backfield. He'll line up to the right of his quarterback. Goff leans in. There's the snap on 3rd down. Jared back, looking, rolling right, firing right side, and just throws it away. Some pressure coming that time from Von Miller, and the Lions have said the field goal unit out. Try and tack 3 more on to make this a 3-score game.
And it was a good adjustment up front. The Lions read that double linebacker pressure. They could squeeze down the line to give Jared that initial time. He had to roll out because they were bringing a slot pressure from the backside as well. Just seemed like pretty good coverage across the back end there from Washington not to allow anybody to get open.
28-yard field goal attempt, middle of the field for Jake Bates. Hatton to snap. There it is. Fox the hold, kick away, line drive is up, and it is good. 3 more for Detroit. It's now Detroit 35, Washington 16. 2.5 to go here in the 3rd quarter on the Detroit Lions Radio Network.
Hey, on this podcast, Incels, we unpack an emerging mindset.
I am a loser. If I was a woman, I wouldn't date me either.
A hidden world of resentment, cynicism, anger against women.
At a deadly tipping point.
Tomorrow is the day of retribution. The day in which I will have my revenge.
This is Incels. Listen to Incels on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Follow Incels and start listening on the free iHeartRadio app.
Moving.
All right, back here, Landover, Maryland. It is the Lions leading Washington by a score of 35-16. Lions set to kick it off. That is 6 possessions today for Detroit. 4 touchdowns, 2 field goals. They have been effective on the ground. They have been effective through the air. Again, if you're just joining us, Dan Campbell calling the plays for Detroit today, and this offense has certainly picked up. Kicks for Connection, brought to you by 3-Dimensional Services Group for prototypes and low to medium volume production and assemblies. Donating $300 for every Lions field goal to the Rainbow Connection. Jake Bates good from 22 and 28 today. Lions have 433 yards of offense. We have 2.5 minutes to go here in the 3rd quarter. Bates with the kickoff. Igbenogany is going to take this in the end zone, and he's coming out. Left side to the 5 to the 10, cuts right at the 15 to the 20, and cut down at the 21-yard line. Good work on special teams by Arthur Millette that time. Cajo, who was injured earlier in the half for Washington, out with a concussion.
And you go back to the offense, and we wanted more involvement with Jamison Williams. Everybody wanted to see more of that, and he's been, like I said, we needed more from J-Mo, and we got it today. Dan Campbell seems like he's made it an effort to get him the ball early in this game, and he's gotten it often. 6 receptions, 119 yards, and a touchdown for J-Mo.
You know, defense could use a stop here, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
35-16, yeah. Here comes Washington now with a first down at their own 21. Snap taken by Mariota, wants to throw it. Gonna get sacked.
Yes,
Take it down. Brian Branch got him second time today. BB bringing the heat that time. Drops him for a loss.
And Dan, I don't think they're really worried about the run because he started off at the line of scrimmage, lined up in the box. Just a nice spin move.
How about that spin move
nice
by 32?
Nice job.
Looked like Aiden out there.
I don't think the tight end was expecting it.
Goodness. Putting the moves on him. Brian Branch.
Don't get a lot of inside moves when you're blitzing from the secondary. That was impressive.
Loss of 6, 2nd and 16 for Washington. Mariota takes the shotgun snap back to throw. Does. Caught. Ertz. Across the 25 and out to the 28-yard line. He's going to pick up 12 on the play. It's going to set up a 3rd and 3 for Washington, brought down by Amik Robertson.
We're seeing a little bit more zone coverage now, maybe something to do with a couple of the big plays and also having Terry Arnold out of the game.
Washington 1 out of 6 on 3rd down today, 3rd and 3 here. They scrimmage from their own 27. Mariota works out of the gun. He's got the football. Back looking, throwing middle, incomplete. Wanted Deebo Samuel. Knocked away. Arthur Millette got a hand in there. And Washington's going to send the punting unit out. It's a nice play by Arthur Millette. And this week, they talked about the fact that, look, Millette got beat on that 3rd down play that really iced the Minnesota game. And Kelvin Shepard said, you know what? If that happens again, Arthur Millette's going to make a play, and he did on 3rd down right there.
In man-to-man defense, again, nice job of man-to-man. Guys sticking with those guys, and one deep safety that time. And I really don't think we're worried about the run game of Washington right now.
Tress Way to punt. It's away. Khalid fields it at the 17. Can't make the first man miss, and he is taken down. Good work on special teams by Washington that time. 55-yard punt, nothing on the return. Tackle for Washington made out there by Tyler Owens.
And I'll tell you what the coaches are really going to love so far throughout this game is just everything that they've seemed to put an emphasis on throughout the week of preparation is showing today, right? Offensive line, offense kind of called out for the performance last week. Protection has been great. Run game has been borderline dominant. And then defense, you nailed it too, Miller. When, Arthur Millette's our guy, man. We're going to trust him, get back out there. Got to find a way to make a play. Same thing. Coaches love when you get what you emphasize, right? Because otherwise it's just falling on deaf ears. That's a good sign that this team, and we know it's not a surprise, but responds to the points that the coaching staff has given them.
And 3rd down for the defense, 1 out of 7 today.
And offensively, too, been really good on 3rd down. Just had to throw a couple field goals, but that's been an emphasis as well. Better on situation, 3rd down, red zone. It's showing up today.
Lions were 5 for 17 on 3rd down last week, 5 for 9 today. Here come the Lions now with a football at a 35-16 lead. 1st and 10 from their own 16. Jared checks his protection at the line, takes the snap, turns, gives it to Gibbs, running left, looking for an opening. Not much there. Gets out to the 19-yard line. Picks up 3 on the play. It'll be 2nd and 7. Newton and Sainriston will make the stop.
And it's all about execution. Again, these guys came out and they executed what they needed to do on both sides of the ball.
Rain coming down.
Yeah, and it's good to see. It's good to see, like you said, them responding to the coaching that this week. Know it had to be a hard, long week after the Minnesota game.
Final 20 seconds of the 3rd quarter as a steady rain begins to fall. Goff takes the snap on 2nd down. Back to throw. Backside pressure comes. He throws. Got to complete to Amon-Ra at the 30. Shakes a man there. Gets out to the 34-yard line into the 35. That's going to be a 1st down for the Lions. Nice pitch and catch. Good for 16 that time. And that's going to bring us to the end of the 3rd quarter. And with the rain falling and Washington behind in this game, you're seeing a lot of burgundy-clad fans head for the exits. Wow. Lions up 35-16 after 3. This is your home for Detroit Lions football.
4th and inches, or 4th and a fighting chance. At Henry Ford Health, we go for it. We go for it for our patients, teammates, friends, and family. In the labs, hospitals, clinics, and partnerships all around the state. We go for it for millions of people who deserve a better quality of life. We go for it because we have to. It's who we are. We are Henry.
Henry Ford Health, official healthcare provider of the Detroit Lions. Find out more at henryford.com/teamdocs.
Hey Detroit fans, Will Birchfield here. It's time to kick off your deck project with TimberTech. A real decking all-star, TimberTech is the #1 brand in premium decking. It delivers real wood looks without the hassle of costly maintenance. And it'll never rot, warp, splinter, or peel. Plus, with industry-leading warranties, you know your deck will perform at the top of its game season after season. Discover why TimberTech is the pride of the decking and railing industry. Order free samples at timbertech.com. Scoreboard.com.
Tired of tossing and turning? Imagine melting into the perfect night's sleep this Black Friday. Make that dream a reality with the Serta Black Friday sale. Right now, get unprecedented savings on the Serta mattress you've been waiting for. Save up to $925 on select iComfort and Perfect Sleeper models. That's luxury comfort without the luxury price tag. But hurry, this offer only lasts for a limited time. Don't let your best sleep slip away. Visit Serta.com. That's Serta.com. Or visit your local authorized Serta retailer today.
Since 1980, Grand Traverse Resort and Spa has been a Michigan vacation tradition. A place where lake views meet legendary fairways. Where spa days turn into starry nights. And where family memories last for generations. Whether it's a summer getaway, a fall color tour, or a cozy winter escape, your perfect Michigan vacation starts here. Grand Traverse Resort and Spa, a Michigan tradition since 1980. Book your getaway at GrandTraverseResort.com. Proud partner of the Detroit Lions.
For physical health, mental health, and everything in between, Blue Cross is ready to help. Learn more at bcbsm.com.
Today's game brought to you by Ford, the official automotive company of the Lions Radio Network. And we enter the fourth quarter here, which is brought to you by Mastercraft Heating, Cooling, Plumbing, and Electrical for fast service and the best price. Choose Mastercraft. 15 minutes to go in this one. Lions lead at 35-16. 451 yards of offense for the Lions here through three quarters. 199 for Washington. Want to talk about playing clean football? 2 penalties against the Lions today. That's it. Here comes Goff now on second there. Check that, 1st and 10 Lions from the 34. They hand it off. That is Gibbs, who gets out to the 39-yard line.
Yeah, and talking about the penalties, Miller, both penalties were the intentional kicks out of bounds.
Good point by you.
So 2 penalties.
So let's call it no penalties. The 2 of them they did on purpose.
Yeah, one called on Rakicine that got declined, but no, it's been another part of, like we talked about, other areas that have been emphasized. The discipline has been there today. And what kind of felt like a chippy game with Washington, getting some of those unnecessary roughnesses in the first half.
And Jerome Payne getting ejected. Gibbs got 5. It's 2nd down and 5. This time they go end around to Leaf. Leaf spins out of one tackle, gets across the 40. There he goes across the 45 and out close to midfield that time. Frankie Luvu had a chance at him that time, but Khalif just spun right out of it and turned what might have been a loss into a gain that time as he picks up 11.
And Dan, do you think Dan Campbell knew about Khalif coming in, right, needing 44 yards?
On punt returns to become the team's all-time leader.
But again, getting him more and more involved in the offense. Oh, now he's going off.
He ran off. Looked like a cramp, I'm guessing, but we will see. Lions with a 1st down. Goff play action. Rolls right. Throws to Laporta. Laporta makes the grab into Washington territory. Fighting at the 44. And still on his feet. Down close to the 43-yard line. Sam Laporta doing big work after the catch that time. That is a hard-working 6-yard gain right there, brought down by St. Louis and Martin.
He's a tank, man. Yeah. I mean, even last week, right, that first touchdown, carrying 3 guys with him in the end zone.
It's always something with Sam. The first guy that comes just gets a punch.
Yeah, pretty much, because I think they know you just got to hold him up and wait for the cavalry. Very rarely are you going to bring him down one-on-one in the open field.
Gave him 8 there. Check it, 7, so it's 2nd down and 3. Washington on defense now. Detroit tosses it in. Gets right side. Inside the 20. Inside the 10. Inside the 5. Touchdown, Detroit Lions. 44 yards.
Yes, sir.
Jahmyr Gibbs putting together a day, and the Lions have opened up that lead. It is now 41-16.
Hat trick.
You talking about gut punch up the middle, then talking about tossing it on the edge, and once you get him out on the edge, Sonic is gone. Nice job.
The variance, right, Lomas?
Yes,
we talked about that all day, not just being predictable and saying we're running inside zone all day or duo. We're going to mix it up on you. Even that little jet sweep to Khalif Raymond, right? That's going to soften up your eyes a little bit next time you get the motion. I love how Dan Campbell is mixing these plays up in the run game.
And Bates for the extra point. It is blocked. It is blocked. Tyler Owens got in there to block that one. So the Lions come up empty on the extra point. It is still Detroit 41 and Washington 16. We will take a break. This is your home for Detroit Lions football.
You might be thinking you'll wait till spring for new windows, but spring is one cold, long winter away. Don't wait. Call Wallside. Lock in today's prices. Lock in energy efficiency. And all of our windows are custom made and installed straight from our own factory. Get affordable quality with half off every window and extended financing. Your home will feel as great on the inside as it looks on the outside. Half off every window and extended financing. Call 1-800-521-7800.
I'm Dan Campbell, head coach of the Detroit Lions. I know from experience, a football team is like a family. You trust each other. You support each other. You rely on each other. That's how it is in life, especially when you've been hurt in an accident. You don't call just anyone. You turn to family for help when you're injured. And everyone knows the Bernsteins will treat you like family. And you can trust them like family. They're Michigan's first family of law for a reason. Get the Bernstein advantage. After all, we're all family around here.
Injured? 1-800-CALL-SAM.
American-made furniture sale is going on now at Amish Direct Furniture. Save big in November by saving an extra 15% off or more on all of our USA-made furniture. Look us up online at AmishDirect.com or come by our beautiful showroom in Sterling Heights on the corner of M53 and M59.
Straight from Tijuana, just the way you want it. Amish Direct.
Visit us at AmishDirect.com.
You've created your own perfect indoor retreat, your own personal oasis from the winter cold. Now let Carrier help you keep it that way. With Carrier's innovative heating solutions, you get more than just efficient heating. You get quiet, efficient performance that delivers premium comfort and energy savings that make a difference. Whether you're working from home or hosting a football party, Carrier systems are designed to keep your space just the way you like it. Learn more at carrier.com/residential. Carrier, proud partner of the Detroit Lions.
All right, back here, it is 41-16, Lions on top of Washington. Lions have had it 7 times today. They've scored 7 times. Copyright of this broadcast owned by the Detroit Lions. All rights to this broadcast are reserved. Any rebroadcast, recording, retransmission, or other use of this broadcast without the express written permission of the Detroit Lions is prohibited. Jake Bates set to kick it off. McNichols back deep along with Igbenogany.
All smiles on that sideline right now.
Should be. It's a heck of an effort. Big answer for what happened last week against Minnesota. Igbenogany sends it on its way. Check that. Bates sends it to Igbenogany. Inside the 5, back to the 10, 15, 20. Slams across the 25, and he is taken down with a flag coming in behind the play at the 29-yard line.
Say that
Special teams tackled by Grant Stewart.
Say that name 3 times fast, Miller.
During the return, holding number 50 of the receiving team. 10-yard penalty. First down.
Penalty called against Washington.
Igbenogany?
Igbenogany.
Igbenogany.
Oh, boy. I don't even know who number 50 is, but at this point, we're not too worried about it, guys. Today's game brought to you by Blue Cross Blue Shield of Michigan, the official health insurance partner of the Lions Radio Network. They will spot it at the 19-yard line after the penalty.
Pass rush time.
Chris Rodriguez, running back for Washington, in shoulder injury, questionable to return. Here we go. Snap to Mariota. Hands it to Cross-Canary. Nope, kept it himself over the right side. Run down from behind that time by Jack Campbell as he slides across the 20 and out to the 22-yard line. The rain has stopped. That's the good news.
Yeah, nice job with Jack Campbell's eyes, too, because all the motion, all the action was going to the left. Nice job of him reading Mariota and running him down from behind.
Gain of 3 on the play. 2nd down and 7 coming up. Washington at their own 22. McNichols the back to the right of Mariota, who's going to work out of the gun. On 2nd down, Mariota. There's the snap. He's got it back, looking. Pressure comes, rolls out to his right. There's a hold that's not called. Mariota goes back across his body. It is caught. Terrific play that time by Zach Ertz, who was locked up in coverage by Thomas Harper, but he just made the play.
That's an impressive catch. I mean,
yeah, it is.
Harper
6'5" against 5'8", but still made a heck of a catch. I bet you Aleem McNeil would have loved for that hold to have been called down there.
Yeah, 3-man rush, and Hutch had a nice spin move on the inside, but that's what let Mariota get out to the edge, where we've seen him make a couple of those big throws downfield.
Washington now movement up front, plays dead, flags down. Aiden came across.
72, that's a 5-yard penalty. First down.
Josh Connerly, the right tackle, called for a penalty. So it'll make it 1st and 15 now. Move it back across midfield to the Washington 47.
I tell you what, that can't be a wide 9. That has to be a wide 11 or 13. Yeah, I mean, he is out there.
Close to the sideline.
Yes, it's unbelievable how wide Aiden is.
Yeah, he likes getting that head start. And, you feel as an offensive tackle when a guy's coming from that far off that you're going to get a power rush, but that's where he really works some of those spins and the hand swipes that he's developed at.
1st and 15. Washington keeps it on the ground to McNichols. He gets most of that penalty yardage back, plus a couple down to the 46 of Detroit, tackled there by Arthur Millette.
I know Washington is going to the line of scrimmage, but there's not a lot of urgency from that offense of getting up and trying to. I know it's a 4-score game, but
11 minutes to go.
Yeah, just kind of wandering around right now.
Deebo Samuel comes in off the sideline. Washington kind of muddle huddles and gets to the line now. Mariota's going to work out of the gun. It is 2nd down and 9 from the Washington 47. Mariota back, throwing complete right side. It is caught. Taken down immediately is Zach Ertz. Good play in the open field for Detroit that time.
Yeah,
Defender slow to get up, Brian Branch, after that play.
That was a really nice tackle from Branch. You've got a pressure with both the linebackers. You know you're going to be one-on-one. You don't have help over the top, and if that's a tackle that you don't make, there's a lot of room for Zach Ertz. Great job by Brian Branch, just kind of throttling it down, getting his balance back, and finishing that play. Hopefully he's all right. He's jogging off the field.
Yeah, he's going to come off. He's had a heck of a day.
He's been active. Couple sacks.
Yep. He also got 7 tackles.
And again, just kind of shocked they didn't get Zach Ertz more involved in the game plan earlier than they did. Nice job on our part, limiting him, and I think Deebo Samuels today too.
Ertz, 4 catches, 55 yards, but most Lomas, as you said, has been late in this game. Lions fans with their Jared Goff chant as Washington lines up looking at 3rd and 4th from the Detroit 42. Throw right side is caught. Nope, incomplete. In and out of the hands of the intended receiver. Rocky Yassin broke up the pass intended for Robbie Chosen. That's going to leave Washington looking at a 4th down. We'll pause 10 seconds for station identification on the Detroit Lions Radio Network.
Lions football is on WBFX Grand Rapids. Big 101.3. The fun hits you know.
So here we go, 4th and 5 for Washington. They scrimmage from the Detroit 43. Lions leading by a score of 41-16. Mariota's got it back, looking, throwing. It is caught. Deebo Samuel. Good coverage out there by Rocky Yassin, but Samuel just went up and made the grab. Boy, it looked like Yassin had turned and located the ball, but just couldn't make a play.
Yeah, exactly. The coverage has been super sticky. Guys not running wide open. The secondary's been doing a nice job of staying with it, but man, I don't know how that ball missed Rocky Yassin's hand.
That was Millette.
Oh, was it Millette?
Yep,
Yeah,
Millette.
I don't know how it missed his hand, though. He looked back.
They're another county over from where we are, so
Campbell's challenging in that.
We'll see what Dan wants to see, whether or not that was a catch or not.
Yeah, maybe a bobble on that as he was getting to the sideline, but
red flag is out.
It's worth it. It's a 4th down play.
He's saying
Detroit challenging the ruling on the field of the completed catch. Timeout.
Campbell is, you could see by his hand motions, he was saying to the official, I think he bobbled it. So they will take a look at it under the hood. We'll see whether or not the Lions challenge is successful. They were 1 for 1 today on the catch earlier by Khalif Raymond. So we'll step aside. 41-16 your score. This is your home for Detroit Lions football.
After a steamy summer, be ready for that first blast of winter cold. Mastercraft Heating, Cooling, Plumbing, and Electrical will do a complete furnace checkup to make sure it's running properly and, more important, safely. Right now, it's only $79. That's $30 off their regular price. So call today because these spots fill up quickly. And don't forget, Mastercraft does plumbing, electrical, and generators too, all at discount prices. Do it now. MastercraftHeating.com. That's MastercraftHeating.com.
it's Dean Austin of Austin Benefits. We're on the road to D.C., and Detroit's bringing the power to the capital. Let me ask you a question. What is your company doing about the massive rate increases from Blue Cross, Priority Health, and HAP? A second opinion from Austin Benefits is essential. We will minimize your cost and maximize your benefits. In Michigan, we don't just settle, we create our own wins. Contact us today for your second opinion. Call 248-594-5550. That's 248-594-5550, or visit austinbenefits.com. Touchdown!
Game days are better at Buffalo Wild Wings. Whether you're pre-gaming, watching every play, or celebrating the win, B-Dubs is your spot all season long. Hit up happy hour from 3 to 6 p.m. Monday through Friday, or late night happy hour every night from 9 to close. Sign up for Blazin' Rewards and score exclusive offers just for being a member. Find your nearest location at BuffaloWildWings.com and make every game a home field advantage.
Hey Lions fans, stay locked in on the action with BetMGM Second Chance. Just bet on any pro football player to score the first touchdown of a game. If you're right, you win. If your player scores second instead, you get your stake back in cash. Make this season unforgettable with BetMGM, a proud sportsbook partner of the Detroit Lions. Catch every game at the BetMGM Sports Lounge at MGM Grand Detroit. BetMGM and GameSense remind you to play responsibly. See BetMGM.com for terms. 21 plus only. Michigan only. New and existing customer offer. Subject to eligibility requirements. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER for confidential help.
Time for an NFL scoreboard update from the 1-800-CALL-SAM Studios. Battle of two lost teams. How about the Vrabel effect in Tampa Bay? Travion Henderson, 147 yards on the ground. Drake May dropping dimes, 16 for 31, 270 through the air. Patriots over the Bucs, 28-23. Back to Dan Lomas and TJ. All right, Mark, thank you very much. So the 1-800-CALL-SAM call to the field was a catch by Samuel and a first down. Lions challenge. 1-800-CALL-SAM verdict is in. Catch stands. So first down for Washington at the Detroit 24. 41-16. Lions on top. 10:04 to go. There's the snap to Mariota. Hands it off. Running right. Krosky Merritt gets down to the 22-yard line. Gain of 1, maybe 2 on the play.
Good job by the guys up front just kind of stringing that one out. That's a play that, Washington's hit a couple times, not for massive gains, but, those 10, 11-yarders. And it's because, guys just weren't getting off blocks earlier in the game. Much better job by the defensive tackles, the interior, to just hold their guys up and let those fast linebackers get downhill and make a tackle.
Second down and 8. Washington from the Detroit 22. Mariota works out of the gun. He's got it. Back and looking, throwing middle. It is caught inside the 20 and down at the 18-yard line by McNichols. He was shy of the first down, got 4. It's going to bring up a third down and 4 now.
Yeah, and the other thing, too, TJ, you haven't seen a lot of missed tackles. When we've come up, the guy that's come up and initiated tackle has been able to get those guys down.
Yeah.
And that's great, along with getting a lot of hats to the ball, too.
Lions Red Zone defense brought to you by Fago, One True Pop. Third down and 4, Washington at the Detroit 18. There's the shotgun snap. They keep it on the ground. That is McNichols who's got the first down to the 9-yard line. It'll be first and goal from there for Washington. Gain of 9 on the play.
Yeah, Lomas, you're right. They're doing a nice job of tackling. The only thing that I would maybe like to see a little bit as this game goes on that we haven't seen a ton yet is that second guy coming in and punching at that ball, right? That's been a staple, forcing fumbles this year. Haven't seen it a lot yet today. Maybe that's something, hey, let's try to get a turnover. That's the one thing we haven't had so far yet on defense.
First and goal, Washington at the Detroit 9. Mariota's going to work out of the gun. Takes the ball. It is McNichols over the left side, fighting down to the 4 and close to the 3-yard line. Tackled there by Thomas Harper.
Man, and they, like I said, they're just kind of content with letting this clock turn a little bit, which is a little bit odd.
I wonder how much of the playbook he has in. I mean, again, back up, Jaden Daniels was the starter, and just wonder how much of the playbook that they have to go to as the Washington Commanders.
Krosky Merritt in there at running back. There's the snap. It is Mariota rolling right, throwing, got a man wide open, touchdown. It is caught by Ben Sinnott for the score.
And just a little RPO. You've seen that a bunch today.
Yep.
Read pass option.
You know you're going to get that with Mario.
Oh, no doubt. And even some of the handoffs out of the pistol and gun have always had that kind of quarterback option element to it. And just lost a little contain on the backside. Sinek goes across the line, and I just don't think that the linebackers ever saw him kind of fold back to the opposite flat.
Washington will go for 2 now, trailing 41-22. Second time they have gone for 2 today. Krosky Merritt is the back as they come to the line. There's the snap to Mariota. Wants to throw with time. Looks right. Now left. Now being chased. Going to get hit. Going to go down. Got him. Alex Anzalone takes him down. Washington comes up empty on the 2-point attempt. And it remains Detroit 41 and Washington 22 with 6:57 to go in the game here. Hey, what do we have here? We have a penalty. Don't have a call, but we have a penalty. It's against Detroit. So Washington will get half the distance and be down on the 1-yard line for another 2-point attempt. Penalty on Avonte Maddox for defensive holding. So Washington will give it another try now from the 1-yard line. So here we go. Another 2-point attempt. It is Mariota working out of the gun. He's got it, hands it off. Krosky Merritt. Oh. Did he get in?
I don't think so.
They're going to say he did not.
Yes.
Tackled in there by Jack Campbell, who just stood him up that time and denied him the 2 points right at the goal line. I'm going to tell you something. That is a man's tackle right there by Jack Campbell. Because that back's coming downhill, and Jack just stood him up. Alex Anzalone in with a late assist as well. That guy is a dude.
Yes, he is.
So 41-22 remains our score. Detroit on top. Looking to get to 6-3 on the year. Vikings lost earlier today. Bears with a come-from-behind victory over the Giants. And Green Bay with a tough one tomorrow night against Philadelphia. But these guys did what they had to do today, fellas. 6:57 to go, but low, they had to get right. They got right.
They did, and they executed. They took what the coaches stressed this week, and they came out here and they executed it. Low turnovers, no turnovers, low penalties, 2 penalties that, like we say, were kicks out of bounds. So they did everything they needed to do. Crisp tackling, blocking at the point of attack, finishing plays. They did everything that they needed to do today to come up with this big, big victory, and also to get ready for a tough team next week.
Washington's going to go for the onside kick. They have declared it here, so they will go for the onside. Ball's on the tee, and we're ready to go. Gay will attempt the onside kick. There's the run-up, there's the kick, and it is fielded by Detroit cleanly. Going down on the football was Daniel Thomas. Great job by Thomas there. So it will be some substitutions now for Detroit. Kyle Allen coming into the game. Sack report brought to you by Blue Flame Propane. We bring the heat. Today, Branch, 7 tackles. He had a sack and a half. Lopez, 4 tackles and a half sack. Lions defense, 2 sacks in 8 straight games now. So Kyle Allen is in at quarterback for Detroit. Jared Goff done for the day with the Lions leading 41-22. Goff, 25 of 33, 319 yards, 3 touchdowns. On first down, they give it to David Montgomery, who finds a big hole, cuts it to the left side inside the 40, and down the 37-yard line he goes. And tackled there by Jeremy Reeves, but that's going to be an 8-yard gain.
And he cut it behind Big Dan Skipper, who's in the game for Taylor Decker right now. So a nice job of Dan Skipper sealing off the backside and giving David Montgomery that backside cut.
2nd and 2 coming up for Detroit from the Washington 37. Got some substitutions on that offensive line. Tristan Cologne's in there at guard. Got Dan Skipper in at tackle. Michael Neese in its center. Allen, the quarterback, takes the snap, turns, gives to DOMO again over the right side. It's got the first down to the 31-yard line. That'll move the chains. Montgomery picks up 6. That clock is moving, working in the Lions' favor right now. Down to 6 minutes to go in the game.
And you love it as an offensive lineman right now. You're in your 4-minute offense. You basically are going to run the ball, and this is your time to continue to go downhill, continue to punish that front of the Washington Commanders.
So here come the Lions now. Out of the huddle and to the line. They'll milk that play clock as much as they can. Lions over 500 yards of offense right now. Allen's going to throw. Boots to the right, throws incomplete. In and out of the hands of his intended receiver, Ross Dwelly. And that will bring up 2nd and 10 now.
Dan, you see Coyote Awasika has moved out to the right tackle position. So, again, taking Penei Sewell, who left the game briefly with maybe a knee injury, lower leg injury.
Whatever it was, he came back.
Yes, he did.
So right now it's Skipper, Colon, Neese. You also got Tate Ratledge still in there.
Young fella.
And then, as you mentioned, Awasika, the other tackle. Lions now with a 2nd and 10 from the Washington 31. Allen takes, turns, gives to Montgomery, looks for the cutback lane. Taken down from behind, got a yard to the 30. It'll be 3rd and 9 coming up here. Eddie Goldman made the stop for Washington. Clock continues to run. Down to 5:09 to go. The only thing left in these stands right now is Honolulu Blue.
That's right.
And there's a lot of it.
It sure is.
These fans showed up and showed out today here in Washington. What a turnout, man.
Yeah, I think it was more like a revenge game for us. You know, we wanted this after what happened last year, and this is a game that a lot of fans were talking about, circling this on their calendar at the beginning of the season.
Lions with a 3rd and 9 for the Washington 30. Allen to throw, delivers, dropped by J-Mo down at the 20-yard line. Hit him right in the hands. Not one he normally is going to drop, and the Lions will send the kicking unit out. I'll tell you, Lomas, they may have circled this game at the beginning of the season because of what happened last year, but I think as they took the field today, this was much more about the Minnesota game. No, this was an angry team.
You're right, and I'm telling you, anytime a coach tells you that it was my fault, I didn't have those guys ready, that week of preparation is going to be hell on you, and I think he drilled it in those guys, and they came out and they executed to the highest level today.
48-yard field goal attempt, hash mark right side. Bates gets the kick off. It is up, and it is good. Jake Bates sends it through. Lions extend their lead. They've now doubled them up. It's Detroit 44 and Washington 22. Closing this one out. Got a lot of Lions fans up here looking good right in front of our... Especially with a lean back now. Just keep running fresh bodies in there with Tyleek and DJ Reader and Lopez. It is 2nd down and 6 for Washington. They keep it on the ground again. This time, Krosky Merritt nowhere to go. He is bottled up right at the line of scrimmage. Might have lost a yard. My spotter, Joe Abramson, says everybody made the tackle that time for Detroit. He just waved his hand over the whole spotting sheet and said everybody made the tackle. Everybody got 1/11th of a tackle there. And let's not lose sight of this. This extends the streak under Dan Campbell of not losing 2 consecutive games to 53. And there is not a team in the NFL that's even remotely close to that. Lions haven't lost 2 in a row since October 30th, 2022. Johnson trips as he's coming out from under center. Pitches it back to Krosky Merritt, who was taken down by Roy Lopez right at the 30-yard line. Just lassoed him and took him down.
So, Dan, I have a question for you.
Yeah, it was just Lopez that time, Joe?
Yeah. I have a question for you.
Singular credit.
Is there a little controversy now? I mean, coach took over the play calling duties. I mean,
I don't think there's any controversy. I think you got a guy calling the plays. Listen, we'll find out after the game. He said during halftime everybody's still got a hand in it, but clearly Dan Campbell is calling the plays.
Yes.
And I have to think you're not going to mess with that right now. He's doing it for a reason. He did it well. They have scored every time they've had the ball today. Dominic Lovett back to field the punt, calls for a fair catch, makes it at the 22-yard line. What are they, Mike? 8 for 8 today? 8 possessions, 8 scores. You don't mess with that.
Yes.
And that's nothing against Johnny Morton, but there's obviously a reason Dan Campbell felt like he needed to take this over.
And you can see how he changed it up, the variety of runs he made or he called. You can see J-Mo, a lot of people were asking for him to get more involved. He got him involved today. So, yeah, I guess you're right.
J-Mo today on the receiving end of 6 passes, 119 yards and a touchdown. Jahmyr Gibbs, 15 carries, 142, 2 TDs, also had a touchdown receiving. Lions now with a first down. Kyle Allen on in relief at quarterback. They scrimmage from the 22, their own 22. Give it to Montgomery over the left side. Out to the 24. Gain of 2 on the play. And that's going to take us down to the 2-minute warning, brought to you by ABC Warehouse, your one-stop shop for furniture, mattresses, electronics, and appliances. 2 minutes to go here. 44-22 Detroit on top on the Detroit Lions Radio Network.
Hey, on this podcast, Incels, we unpack an emerging mindset.
I am a loser. If I was a woman, I wouldn't date me either.
Hidden world of resentment, cynicism, anger against women.
At a deadly tipping point.
Tomorrow is the day of retribution. The day in which I will have my revenge.
This is Incels. Listen to Incels on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Follow Incels and start listening on the free iHeartRadio app.
Because I'm absolutely obsessed
with this rare hologram trading card. Shiny like the
designer handbag of my dreams. eBay had it. They even had
the perfect parts that fit my car.
Millions of finds, each with a story. eBay.
Going to the gym can be discouraging, especially if you're putting in the work but barely seeing changes. But with Tonal, you can actually see your progress with every workout. Tonal provides the convenience of a full gym and the expertise of a personal trainer anytime at home. With one sleek system designed to reduce your mental load, Tonal is the ultimate strength training system, helping you focus less on workout planning and more on getting results. No more second-guessing your technique. Tonal gives you real-time coaching cues to dial in your form and help you lift safely and effectively. After a quick assessment, Tonal sets the optimal weight for every move and adjusts in 1-pound increments as you get stronger, so you're always challenged. Tonal lets you choose from a variety of expert-led workouts, from strength to arrow hit to yoga and mobility, to keep you coming back for more. Black Friday early access is on. For a limited time, Tonal is offering our listeners $750 off your Tonal 2 purchase. That's Tonal.com for $750 off your purchase. Tonal.com for $750 off.
To get ahead of lead and improve your drinking water quality, use a lead-reducing water filter if your home has or may have lead plumbing, a lead service line, or faucets older than 2014. Keep water moving with everyday activities like laundry, dishes, or showers. Before drinking or cooking, run your tap until water is cold. Clean faucets, aerators every 6 months. Learn more at michigan.gov/get ahead of lead. A message from the Michigan Department of Health and Human Services and the Michigan Association.
As Montgomery's now carried it 15 times for 71 yards, and you can add it up. That is 31 for 223 for Detroit today. Out of the huddle, Kyle Allen will move into victory formation as the Lions really don't have to run it, but that's not victory formation, fellas. He turns, hands it off. That is Sione Baki in the game. He gets a run. Out across the 35-yard line. Picks up 4 on the play. What do you think, Joe? Now victory formation? Lions did not punt today. Last time they did that was at San Francisco, December 30th of last year. There's your victory formation. Kyle Allen will take the snap, take a knee, and that'll do it. The two teams will meet out in the middle of the field to say job well done, job better done on this day by your Detroit Lions. as for just the second time since 1939 they have come on the road and beaten Washington. They do it today by a score of 44-22. Big bounce back for this football team, coming off an effort they were not happy with against the Minnesota Vikings. They got right today. Offense, defense, really did a nice job today. Both sides. Offense, fast start. Defense held Washington down early, and by the time Washington looked up, they were down several scores in this game. And that was the difference. Just a really strong effort by the Detroit Lions here on the road to pick up their 6th victory of the year against 3 losses. Post-game show coming up. TJ will talk to head coach Dan Campbell and some of the other key players from today's game. We will take a break. This is your home for Detroit Lions football.
What's up? This is Sam